And welcome back, everyone. Here we are at Online Darts as we're bringing you ET7 Rosmalen, the final session. Myself and Dan Simpson. How we doing, buddy?
I'm all right, mate. I've had a bloody lovely day. it's lovely. I'm a bit lonely here in Simpson Towers. Mrs. Simpson and the kids are on tour this week. They've gone to visit family. Work commitments keep me at home, so I'm not too stressed, to be honest. I've had a glorious day. I've been watching. I've watched the cricket. I've watched the tennis. I've watched the Grand Prix. I've watched the golf, I've watched the football, and now we've got a full session of darts this evening. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm having a lovely day.
Yeah, look, can't wait.
How are you? You well?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's been a long couple of days, but a very good couple of days as well. So
yeah, did you have a late one last night?
So obviously I was directing the Super Series finals last night, and by the time you get back, look, you're on such a buzz when you do stuff like that. I can't just go in and go straight to sleep and things like that.
No.
So, but no, it's all good, mate. It's all good. And then off to the Big Apple tomorrow. Not that I'm bragging.
Yeah, that's exciting, isn't it? That is exciting.
Yeah. Look, I'm looking forward to it.
Lots to look forward to as well this time. It's not just, yes, there is the word, the darts to watch, the actual darts, but obviously online darts, a few other little bits and bobs planned, a little live lounge, and a few of the guys in the CDC getting involved. So yeah, it sounds really exciting.
Yeah, look, we got some good things planned in New York. The Live Lounge Live. We'll put it out in the next couple of days, but I can confirm guests-wise at the moment, we have got Jules Van Dongen, Danny Lauby, Mark Webster, and Banksy from the PDC.
How cool.
Which will be good. So yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. But today, it's been a very, very good Euro Tour as well. And we've got walk-ons on game one and a return to form for the Ferret.
Yeah, now it got I'll be honest with you, I sort of stopped predicting and sort of put my, logged out of the bookies account shortly after the game earlier, because I thought Chisnell was obviously Chizzy, the defending champion, I thought was an absolute banker to come through this one. And we know what a good player Johnny Clayton is, but just the form of the two players hasn't quite married up together, has it? Or certainly on a par with each other. So I thought Johnny Clayton was going to breeze. I thought Dave Chisnell was going to breeze it, and I left it alone shortly after that. Really, really good performance. It wasn't that Chisnell had a stinker either. Johnny Clayton played really well. It was a really good game to watch. And his opponent is on his way to sort of just climbing up the steps onto the stage at the moment, because definitely worth highlighting that was some performance from Ryan Searle this afternoon. I think he was 75% off the top of my head. I think he was 75% on his doubles. And after, I think he missed two darts at double in the first leg, and then didn't miss a dart at double after that. Like, just went. Yeah. After the dart that won leg one, he didn't miss another dart at double. And we've seen great stuff recently from Jeffrey de Graaf, but he just couldn't live with the version of Ryan Searle that turned up today. It was very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Back into the chat room, MVG prize final. It could be just to watch along. We can't show the coverage because I like our YouTube channel and I don't want to get it banned for copyright material. Daz, if you're talking about King and Queen of the Ring, I've only seen the results. That's my catch up on the plane tomorrow, is watch the card. Obviously, I know the results, but I haven't seen any of it. McKen, funny you should say that. I have got some scoop on the MVG darts. So, yes, they are the design of the exact dart, but they are the same weight as the ones he threw at the UK Open. So it's kind of, he wants the heavier dart. So that's why he went back to the UK Open ones. Winmore have now made him some heavier ones of the exacts, and that's what he's thrown. And it kind of worked, to be fair, because I thought they were sitting in the border lovely this afternoon.
We are underway, by the way, folks. It's real. I mean, we can still have a chat, but goodness me, they are not messing about this evening. I mean, I tell you what, we normally hang around for a little bit. You know, there ends up being a load of intro, loads of entrances. I think 6 minutes past 6, we were underway there with darts going into the board. Everyone's had a chuck. So making lovely progress. Johnny Clayton has won the bull. So Johnny Clayton's going to have the darts in this quarter final round. So I was going to say, and he's got himself down to 81 after 9 darts. So he's off to a flying start, the ferret.
Yeah, the ferret is ferreting. And takes the opener in some style. Double 16, point left. Johnny 1-0 up. I tell you what, darts is in a better place when the ferret's smiling and playing well.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And well, unless, of course, you are, you know, probably Peter Wright, Dimitri Vandenberg, I don't know, anyone else around him in the rankings, because I think, if we're honest, there's a few players in there, maybe, you know, just around him a little bit, the likes of Chris Dobie, Ross Smith, Joe Cullen, Stephen Bunting, that might have had a little bit of a target on the back of Johnny Clayton this year, thinking there's someone I can get to and maybe get beyond a little bit in the rankings. If Johnny Clayton finds a bit of form, then that target could disappear off to a spot in the distance, couldn't it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. He's just starting to motor, Clayton. Good evening, Rob. Hope you are good, mate. Good to have you on board. When's the next Euro Tour? There's a bit of a break now because of the World Series events.
Yeah, I think it's Pro Tour is 11th of June, isn't it?
11th and 12th of June, is it?
Yeah, and I have a feeling it's about a fortnight after that, off the top of my head.
I'm just having a look now. So yeah, 11th and 12th of June, Pro Tours in Hildesheim. That'll please a lot of players. And then the 21st and 23rd of June, we've got the European Darts Open, which is a few days before the World Cup.
We probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't brainstorm with you like live on the stream, Phil, because someone else will steal out my ideas. But next year, I need you to 100% take the darts calendar and produce me a wall chart, an online darts wall chart.
I can do that. That's fine.
A calendar, an annual calendar. That would be good if we could work through them.
We can do that. Right now, Johnny Clayton is 2-0 up, averaging 119.64. Hello.
Yeah, he is in, and there's another max. There's 3 maxes already in 3 legs from Johnny Clayton.
I'm going up as Schindler wins. Schindler played really, really well. Shin Diggity is playing some good stuff, but the Ferris is 3-0 up.
Crikey.
How are you doing, Daniel? Hope you are good. So yeah, Gavin Price played really well this afternoon as well.
105 average. And I mean, Jan Van Veen was a little bit underwhelming. You know, I think that was a night off again. I only know because I've just been writing a bit of report for later on. I'm not normally very good at these averages and stats. But Jan averaged about 92, so big gap. You know, we didn't see the best of Jan Van Veen, but I think any game in which Gerwyn Price turns up, averages 105 and 50% on his doubles, stats alone, like that's the Gezi Price that I think we all missed a little bit. You know, we want that Gezi Price. We want to see it more because it makes darts. So again, like when the Ferret's on form, these two Welsh, this Welsh World Cup team, but I tell you what, if these two click together some form in the next couple of weeks, Phil, they could do a bit, couldn't they?
Well, I was about to say that the Welsh pair are playing themselves into form just as the World Cup's on the horizon. Who'd have thought?
Exactly right timing, isn't it? They do got a bit of form. Ryan Searle, he's looking like he's going to get it.
Only a hold. That's the issue. It's only a hold of throw.
Yeah, and at the minute, he hasn't really looked like a great deal of threat on the Clayton throw, has he?
No, he hasn't, and that's the issue. I mean, look, Ryan Six is averaging nearly 97 here. He's doing nothing wrong, but when someone's averaging 112, it's a big ask. Is the thing. But yeah, I know we were a lot of banter in our WhatsApp chat yesterday. Is Ten Hag going to win the FA Cup and get sacked?
I think. I mean, if you try and understand the inner workings of that club, you'll drive yourself insane because it's bonkers, isn't it? And they're not the only one. There's a number of bonkers clubs in the Premier League.
Well,
I think
the thing is
that there are too many good managers available for them to not. I think with Tuchel available and Pochettino available, potentially, and again, I know it sounds really silly, potentially the England job coming up before the Premier League season starts again. I think that we're in for a proper big manager merry-go-round in the next 2 months.
Yeah, Ryan Searle, we'll come back to that in a second, but Ryan Searle has just missed an opportunity on the Clayton throw, but Clayton can't take it out. So there's an opportunity from kind of nowhere here for Searle to get us back on throw, which is what he does.
There we go.
Back in this one.
Three darts at double tops on a needed one.
United have made himself look stupid by speaking to other managers before the cup final and it coming out. Now
that's the problem, you know.
Now they've got an issue because, look, up until yesterday, he was getting sacked. They'd spoken to numerous people about the job. But them winning yesterday has caused Ineos a massive headache.
Oh, it's given them, like, they've got something to think about. And like, they're not having their own way, like, well, they're not having their own way in general at the minute, are they? With anything they seem to do. I think the Dan Ashworth situation, granted as a Newcastle fan, you'll probably find a little bit of bias coming, from me. I think they hoped that Dan Ashworth would be, in post, in position, ready to help appoint a new manager and work through that process with them. At the minute, he still isn't. So Dan Ashworth still doesn't work for Manchester United. There are a number of accusations, and well, yeah, officially. I mean, but he's not involved in those processes, and I think everything they've tried to do hasn't come off in the way that they wanted it to, and they're going to work themselves into I think they have worked themselves onto a sticky wicket at the minute. So it will be interesting to see what comes next. I don't think he'll be there come August because I think there are too many big name managers available. I think he'll just end up somewhere in Europe. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked up a top 4 team in maybe Italy, France. But I do think we're in for manager merry-go-round.
Ryan Searle has missed 3 darts at double 10 and has paid the price because Johnny Clayton stepped in to make it 4-2. Rob, if I'm being honest, I didn't watch any of the cup final yesterday at all. I've seen the goals on catch up, but I didn't watch any of it. Shouldn't make the decision on one game. I get not making the decision on one game. However, when you break it down, in 2 seasons he's won 2 trophies. They're playing European football again next year. So, okay, yes, they were poor in the league, only finishing 8th. lost a record amount of Premier League games. I understand that. But in terms of they're in Europe and they've won a trophy, Ten Hag has won more trophies in the last 2 seasons than Mikel Arteta, who is being lauded as one of the greats.
Correct.
At the end of the day, players and managers are judged on trophies. And right now, Ten Hag is winning trophies.
I do just think there is a bit of a spoilt attitude with Man United fans where whenever they're not winning the league, I think there is just an acceptance, and it goes through loads of football teams deal with it. Like, they aren't the same team that they were in the 90s, right? They're just not. Neither are a lot of other teams in the league. And you can either enjoy the fact that you've just won a major trophy, but and you are competitive, and you, like, all the Man United fans I know keep telling me how great all of their players are and how much they love Rashford and Kobe Mainoo and everyone. Enjoy it then. Stop moaning. I just think, like, I don't get, like, you have to manage your own expectations. Like, if you think that the team that is there and the team that's there and the structure that's there and the stadium that's crumbling, and you think they're not competing with Arsenal and Man City because of Erik ten Hag, I think you're deluded.
Yeah.
I think he's done a reasonable job with what's available to him.
I get that they might not be important, and agreed, Arteta's Arsenal did push Manchester City to the limit for the title, but ultimately, they've won nothing. Right? They won the same as us. Nil point.
Correct.
Johnny Clayton is 1 away from victory here, and so that treble one's going to cost him if Clayton finds something big here. Another treble makes this interesting. A ton. 125 Searle, 120 Clayton. And Searle is not going to get a dart to keep this one alive. Will Clayton get match darts? If he keeps them straight, he will. The ferret is ferreting.
He certainly is. And he's right at it, isn't he? He's right at it.
Yeah.
Terrifying. A terrifying prospect for the rest of darts.
Yeah, Connor, I understand they're set up and they're in a good position, but what happens if, again, they can't break City? It's all right being in a good position, but and this isn't the thing. This is a genuine question. Have Arsenal got the financial power to get to that next level? As in, they need, for me, a world-class forward, massively. Have they got the money to go and buy one? Or have they got the money? Will they go and spend the money?
Well, that's it. I keep hearing that we're likely to use Isaac to Arsenal for 80 million, and all Bruno for 80 million. But I'm not so sure if they're going to commit 80 million unless they sell. I mean, they might sell, but who do they sell? And do you then end up actually moving the team forwards, or are you just exchanging? Are you just exchanging one player for another when you've got quite a settled squad? I don't know.
Well, the other thing as well is, without diving deep, but my gut says Arsenal must be close-ish to the FFP limit without selling, because they've spent an awful lot in the last few seasons without selling. I mean, an awful lot.
You can't. Yeah, you can't think of a lot of revenue coming in. And I know that they do better than most in terms of their, the commercial viability, the commercial deals that they've got, the sponsorships they have in place, everything else. But, Champions League money, everything else. I can't think that they've really, they can't have made a lot of money selling. Or maybe I'm just not able to remember it well.
Rob, they are
Can't think
changing, but they won't change in time for this season. I was reading up on it because I was interested to see what clubs were close to it. Yes, there is going to be a change in the rules, but ultimately next season the rules are still the same. So if you fall foul within it, you're still going to get punished within the current guidelines. Because Chelsea need to find 200 million. Which will be interesting.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a bit exciting. After the little commercial break, we've got the top two Dutch players. We've got the Dutch World Cup team playing each other, haven't we?
We have. Noppy played really well this afternoon as well.
Yeah, he looked really good. There was a couple of like one or two moments in the match where, he missed a match start in the end, like which was really strange because the first 3 or 4 legs, it looked not even like it was going to be competitive. It looked like Noppert was going to absolutely blow him away, and then he just seemed to manage to find a way, Noppert, to lose some legs that he shouldn't have done. And what just gave Watermina a few chances that, to be fair, he took, but and then it could have completely gone away from Noppert in the end with those that match start that Watermina missed. In the end, thankfully for Noppert, he managed to come back and sort it out. But he played very well, but definitely rode his luck.
No. Not coming into form yet. Not really consistent yet. Look, City do have 115 charges, and if they are found guilty on anywhere near those 115 charges, I genuinely think they'll be dealt with. But they are in a process. If you listen to Manchester City's arguments, whether you believe them or not, they believe they are innocent and will prove their innocence. If they do, there's no case to answer. If they don't, I'm sure they will be punished. What the punishment is, I don't know. But there's a process going on that.
Yeah, and it's not, but it isn't. The situation with Man City isn't just financial fair play, is it? There are 115 different charges, I think, aren't they? Of which many are FFP.
Withholding information and not giving information and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it is just accountancy practices. And again, some of them are, some of it is just that the charges are against the practices being used by Man City, and they will end up just being argued by accountants, and it will be nothing to do with the balance sheet. It will be like arguing legal precedent rather than actually numbers on a page. Did this cost this and did that cost that? But it's not an assumption. I know the whole construction around how Man City is owned, organised, funded, and accounted for is absurdly complex, unbelievably complex. Multiple companies owning multiple companies and assets all over the place. Oh, massively so. Like they have. And this is not an exaggeration. Like you look in Manchester and you look at some of them great big, those great big buildings in the city centre, where the city workers work. They've got whole floors of those buildings with accountants in them working for Manchester City, and that's what they do. That's all. And all of their job is to ensure that Man City is maximised and as compliant as anyone can prove it isn't. Like that is their entire job to do that.
The other bit as well is part of the information or part of where these charges have come from, I don't think will be allowed to be used because it was obtained illegally, right? Yes, right, okay. The information on these emails may prove what they're doing is dodgy. But in the same as in a criminal investigation and X, Y, and Z, if that information was obtained illegally, it can't be used as part of the investigation or evidence.
No, because it doesn't stand up against any credibility. Because you can't, because there's no to use a sort of a criminal. There's no chain of evidence. Or the chain of evidence breaks because there's no. I suppose, yeah. Well, that's exactly so. There's no way to expand on it. That just is what it is.
Yeah. Swiss Phil is back on the stage as we get the Dutch duo up on.
They're not messing about again.
No.
I quite like this,
Some of these players will either have the last flight out or the first flight in the morning because of commitments on the other side of the pond.
Definitely. And I think, but I do quite like the pace of these Euro Tour events. I like the Euro Tour event. I think the pace is mint. And if you're watching it on PDC TV, you do get you get that 3-minute timer that comes up, and you sort of think, "Oh, brilliant! And we go again." It is. It's quite. I'd love it if Sky could adopt something similar. It just feels, even if that timer was 10 minutes, I think it just feels like you're moving at pace because you can see that countdown and I just think it's a really nice addition.
To be fair, for 50 quid a year, the Euro Tour is incredible. Oh, sorry, PDC TV is incredible value.
Oh,
the content
especially if you are, if you're going to stream, or certainly now the amount of streaming that you get on a Pro Tour, now that we've got 4 boards on those Pro Tour events, all your Euro Tour events, and yeah, I think I don't know what my direct debit is, $4.99 a month or something like that. If that, maybe.
Yeah. Rob, we spoke about this earlier, but I don't think you were in. So he hasn't changed back. So he has a brand new set of the exacts, which are heavier. They are the same weight as the ones he was throwing in the Premier League the last couple of weeks. So the grip pattern is the same as the exact, but they are heavier.
He's stopping for some autographs on the way, isn't he?
Yeah. I haven't got to worry about that, James. I pay for Sky because then I can put it through my books as well.
get that VAT back.
Oh, that is great. They are 23s, Rob, which is what he was using. I'm pretty sure his old faithfuls were 23s. I know George is going, Dad. I don't know who else is doing it, but I know George is. I'm not sure who the other one is. I know. Oh, it'll probably be Russ. It'll probably be George and Russ because Russ is still doing World Series events.
Yeah, I think it more than likely. I expected it to be Russ. It was quite nice to see Charlie get the Premier League final, I thought, the other night.
I tell you what, he handled it amazingly because that after the break at 5-5, that final was fucking rapid.
Oh yeah, I thought he did a great job. I think we had the watch along on here, and I didn't. I mean, with the greatest respect to him, I didn't expect him to go. I hadn't looked, I hadn't sort of found out who was reffing it, but I didn't expect him to come out and ref the final, and I thought he did a bloody good job of doing so. He did really well.
Yeah.
Right, I can put that. Ooh. That one. Well, slack from both of them on the start here. Michael Van Gerwen has won the bull, so he will be going first. So Danny Noppert's going to have to try and break Michael Van Gerwen. Put his first. Oh, that's an awful visit from the pair of them.
Yeah.
Oh, the first treble of the match is found. Michael Van Gerwen finds it with a treble 5. Good grief.
Yes, it's a slow start from both.
Bloody hell, it is. You've got. I mean, we do expect you to pick up though. This is, this is 2 of the best players in the world, so it will improve, and it will improve fairly quickly. I would have thought, especially because the 2 averages at the minute. I mean, here's one you won't get to see on the stream very often. Michael Van Gerwen is averaging 56. It's not very often at all you'll get to say that. Being edged out at the minute by a Danny Noppert who's averaging 68.
Yeah.
This is bobbins.
Yeah, it's not a classic start. I'll give him that. And then Michael bangs in a match.
There we go. That's what we were waiting for. That's what we were waiting for. But again, if you want analysis on how that leg's gone, Michael Van Gerwen has hit a 180 to lift his leg average to 77. This is not how he wanted to start. That's all.
Yeah, but look, he's won the first leg average in 79. He'll take that all day long.
Well, exactly. And also, we should not, he's 100% on his doubles, is he not, at this point? I think he's he's not missed a double. Oh, excuse me. Allergic to terrible that. Right. Get the score on this. 2. Ryan Searle, I think, will be disappointed with that showing in the first game. It wasn't great, was it?
The big one was he had a chance to go 3-all and missed 4 darts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where he'll just been having a look into the and I know we'll get to it during his match, but Luke Woodhouse is doing himself absolutely loads of favours on his route to the or potential route to the match play, isn't he?
Yeah. Missed opportunity for Cameron Menzies as well.
Definitely.
Because he was playing his way into contention.
Yeah, he certainly was. And another win today, like this afternoon. And it was, it went to the wire, didn't it? Deciding leg with Josh Rock. But another win would have put him right in the mix, I think. It just gets him that extra little bit. 2 upsets in a row, defeating Barney and then Peter Wright. It's a big ask. He's had a good weekend, but more still needed for Menzies. Rob, Gezi Price did 105 this afternoon, which was impressive, especially with 50% on his doubles as well. Gezi played really well. I'll tell you what, I think at the minute, this game seems to be swinging a little bit in favour of Danny Noppert here. He's making some inroads on to the Gerwin Price throne. He's just pinched the darts off him, 2-2-1. Noppert's going to get to a finish first and with an opportunity to break here. And he just seems to be settling into his rhythm that bit better than Van Gerwen. Noppert down to 1-2-1.
Yeah.
That's a nice visit from Van Gerwen, though. Just makes it. Go down to 2 darts. Oh, bull missed. There, you'd expect this to go, and it does. 94 from Michael Van Gerwen. Got himself out of a bit of trouble there. Knock it down to 25. Missed a dart for the break, but Van Gerwen just right things at the right time, as the great man often says. Oh, we got a little bit of a growl as well. Just the video stream just caught up with the scores there, and he liked that one, Van Gerwen. But again, just having to find it at the back end of legs. He doesn't seem to be getting. I can't see the stats I can see at the minute. I'd love to see Van Gerwen's first 9 average rather than his average, because I think his first 9's a mile away. I think he's having to do a lot of work on the back end of legs, because I don't think his first 9's anywhere near. Knock it down to 103, Van Gerwen, but all the way back on 220. 2 trebles down. Oh, dear me. Noppert, I mean, I know it's only a hold this for Noppert, but not under pressure. And he will be with a visit like this. Ooh, 51 scored. Noppert leaves 52.
I was going to say, this would hurt if the 160 went.
Certain. Goodness me.
Pressure.
Yeah, that's it. He has pressurised it. 2 darts at double top, Danny Noppert. How's your metal? 1 missed. 2 missed. Van Gerwen with it straight in, first dart, double 10. And I tell you what, Phil, he might not be able to find his scoring boots, but his doubling is so he hasn't missed a dart at a double yet. He's on 100. He's had 3 darts at double and he's hit them all.
Yeah.
She's a monster example of how to throw darts at double. And he's getting away with murder because he's scoring bang average.
Yeah.
No Insta. Do you know, not being an Instagram person, I always keep. I never recognize what people are on about. It takes me 10 minutes to think, like, what? Insta? Oh, right, yeah. Instagram. Not for me.
I like a bit of Insta.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, not for me at all. I'm very limited with my social media usage. Oh, this game is looking to be quickly getting away from Danny Noppert. They're both trending in the opposite direction at the minute. Oh.
And all of a sudden, MVG is averaging nearly 98. In the blink of an eye, he's found something.
It is. He's finally missed a dart at a double.
Oh no!
But only one. and then he's straight back in. 4 from 5, 80%. Do you know what?
Philip says, "How are you doing? I'm good, mate. I'm good."
Yeah, I mean, sort of good opinion. I was just answering Rob because he's not far from me. We've got away with murder, you know. So everyone around here, all of the bank holiday events have been cancelled because everyone looked at and saw thunderstorms all day. So there was like 3 or 4 big events in local towns that have all been cancelled and no one's gone ahead with it. And as I'm sort of just having a look out, and it has rained a bit today, but for most of the afternoon it's fairly sunny. It's like wet outside. The ground's wet, but it's not raining at the minute. I think the rest of the country might be getting in. What are you in Teesside? Maybe the smog's just keeping the rain clouds. The rain clouds can't move through the smog sometimes.
So yeah, down south we had about a 12-hour blitz from around 9 last night, and then other than that, it's been all right.
What a gorgeous visit from Michael van Gerwen that is.
Yeah. I tell you what, you can tell he's got a heavier dart again because they just sit so much better in the board. For me, they're just sitting up to attention again. Yes, Gary is scheduled to play the next.
Oh. 126, check out Michael van Gerwen.
And you think he's averaging 100 now? He was averaging 79 for the first few legs.
And do you know what? He doubling like he is, he could probably still would be. He could still be if he wanted to, and he'd still be 5-1 because he's hit 5 from 6 doubles, 83.5% on his doubles. That's mad.
And also remember, he has to get to the final, otherwise he drops out of the European Tour seeds.
And he will not want to do that.
No, something suggests to me he's a little bit fired up. So after a slow start, he's gone 14, 16, 13, 12. It's just good when you can turn a switch like that, isn't it?
Honestly, and then on throw now, throwing for the match.
Yeah, he's averaging 101.
He's forcing Noppy to. Noppy's going to have to take the big fish out in order to stay in this. See what can he set up for a finish, Van Gerwen? 180 remaining, straight in the treble 20. So he's somewhat gettable. Oh, dear me! Absolutely sublime. Like, gorgeous start. Oh, that's a big bout of thunder. We're lots of noise today, loads of thunder, but it's not actually coming down too hard. There you go. Well, goodness me. What a game that. I mean, I say it wasn't particularly close, but what a performance. Good grief.
Somehow he's averaged 102. He was so far off. And then goes through the gears.
Yeah, it was a proper performance, that, wasn't it?
I'm guessing Danny's just said something funny to him in Dutch because they both just had a laugh on the stream.
What was that?
I'm guessing Noppy's just said something funny to him in Dutch because they both just had a right laugh on the stream.
Ah, I see. This one's an interesting one. This next game, you know. Woodhouse and Schindler.
It's a big opportunity. It's a big opportunity.
It is. And I mean, you've got to say that I suppose Woodhouse has got more to play for. Just because he's still in that sort of peril spot, or one of those peril spots for the match play. He's not comfortable yet with a match play position. But I think this is a really hard one to predict.
Yeah, see, MVG's back up to world number 2 again. He leapfrogs Michael Smith. Garen Price is back up to world number 4. He leapfrogs Nathan Aspinall. Obviously, this is all relevant for the seedings for the match play.
Now, oh, don't forget as well, folks, we're playing in bracket order. So what that means is we already know one of our semi-finals that we're going to watch in just probably, I don't know, half an hour or so, I would have thought at this rate. So semi-final number one. Yeah, we're going to see the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, against Michael Van Gerwen, which, based on the way they both just played in the quarterfinals, could be an absolute banger. Like if they can both carry the same form into the semi-final, then we're in for a proper good game.
Yeah. On the race for the match play, we all said Barney was safe. Luke Woodhouse is only 250 quid behind him. So if Luke Woodhouse were to win this, are we saying there's only 2 spots?
I didn't say Barney was safe. I've said I've never said anything below Ed House. I've said Ed House, but I've never committed. No one's got any footage of me committing to anything below Ed House. But when you look at how much work everyone, Cam Menzies is 4 positions off, which takes you up to Barney, so that would mean that 4 people have got to get beyond. It would take something very strange, I think.
This is the thing. It's the fact that the ones outside have got to do something big to overtake him. That's the issue.
But at the minute, the ones outside have got to do something big. You need one person to do something big to pinch that spot off James Wade. Then you need someone else to do something even bigger to pinch that spot off Andrew Gilding. So then once you start amplifying that, the chances that you've then got 3 players that can do something outrageous and get beyond Woodhouse is even more unlikely, especially if he takes this victory. Because if he wins this next game against Schindler, he then moves above Raymond van Barneveld by a couple of £1,000 as well. I think a victory in this game, I think all but makes the match play a certainty for Luke Woodhouse.
Tell you what is interesting, because I've just looked. There's 1 Euro Tour. I know there's some Pro Tours, but they're all in them. The next Euro Tour could be huge. And Gilding, Wade are obviously there as order of merit qualifiers just. Rids is at the next Euro Tour. Kevin Dukes is not.
Oh, well, there you go, see.
Mike De Decker is. Cameron Menzies is not.
See, that then, I think, makes Woodhouse all but secure. Because you need something really weird to happen, don't you?
If Woodhouse beats Schindler, it's done. He's in.
Yeah. Because there's just not enough events for the people under to all win one. Because you're at the point there where someone's got to win an event to jump him in money. And there's just not enough of them available. If 3 people need to win an event to jump him, but there's only 2 events to go, they can't get there.
Let's jump back into the chat room. Kevin says, I think the War will take it. James, it's a local venue for... Yeah, it's literally 10 minutes from MVG's house, this place. Evening, Mark. Hope you are good. Yeah, Rob, we could get AI to change Dan's video. That's not a problem. Evening, Max. The AI video of the Gareth Southgate press conference is genius when they talk about Rashford.
Yeah, amazing. Very funny. Oh, I've just realised.
The US Darts Masters will be on ITV4, but I don't think it's live. I think it's delayed coverage because of the time difference.
Brilliant.
However, because of the time difference, you'll be able to wake up to all the media that we're going to bring you. So every cloud has a silver lining.
You don't need ITV. You don't need ITV. Come to Online Darts for your news.
We'll have you sorted. Don't worry about that. Evening, Felix. Hope you are good. I'll tell you what I have enjoyed this weekend. I've had it on in the background quite a lot. Is Radio 1's big weekend.
I haven't listened to Radio 1 for a lot of years. I'm sorry to say, as much as it might, garner some ridicule in the chat room, I'm a Radio 4 man. I think these days. I do. To be honest, I switch between. I get a bit I get a bit of TalkSport in, but then if it's not White and Jordan, I listen to TalkSport for 20 minutes because then the next 20 minutes and the 20 minutes after that, generally, are just a recycle of the first 20 minutes. You only need to listen to TalkSport for 20 minutes an hour. I've learned. I have a theory. So when it's not that
funny.
A bit of a
Jordan absolutely tied Frank Warren up in knots the other day. Absolutely tied him up in knots.
Yeah, the boxing hour they do on a Thursday is very good, where they get Spencer Oliver on, and it's like I do if it's White and Jordan, like I travel a lot, as you know, and I'm in the car, if I'm driving for a couple of hours, if it's White and Jordan on, then I generally listen to it. I don't. And I don't want to listen to a lot that isn't White and Jordan on TalkSport these days. I used to listen to a lot, not so much anymore. Lots of podcasts and audiobooks for me now.
Yeah. ITVX, yeah, they might show it live. It'll be on PDC TV. So, yeah, Mark, the Mason video is out, as Johnny's just said there. I just finished it. Look, it's always, I could chat darts to Mace all day long.
Very clever fella, and
yeah,
and he's a bright bloke just generally, but in terms of knowledge of darts, he is as bright as they come, in my opinion. I think he has a real insight, sort of beyond that of other players. It seems great.
Yeah, it's like 55 minutes, but it's just a really good listen.
I should look forward to that. Video?
To be fair, or
are you putting it as an audio?
No, I was about to say, when I'm at the airport tomorrow, I'll stick it as an audio only as well. I haven't had a chance
That'll
yet.
Help
I'll stick it as an audio only.
Even just for me, that's perfect. I've got a lot of driving to do this week. I'm away for a couple of nights travelling with work, and that would be a treat for while I'm driving this week.
To be fair, I still need to. I haven't even packed yet, so that's like when we've done the stream. That's next on my list to do.
How long can it take to pick up a pair of shorts and a pair of flip flops?
There is that.
Done.
Done. Ready. I think Nicholson's exceptional. Durrant was superb on the Premier League finals night as well. There's a real top talent in darts at the moment. I think Duzzer has come in and massively added to it. I think, again, I've said it before, I think Nico is superb. Matt Edgar is getting better and better every time he does it. And unfortunately, there's a few established broadcasters in the world of darts that may be in a bit of trouble with the new crop that are coming through.
You know what the common denominator as well there? Northeast accents being highlighted in the chat room. More Northeast accents in darts. That's what we want.
Yeah. Harrison was brilliant last night. Completely agree.
Oh, he was super. I managed to catch a show. I didn't watch a lot last night, but I managed to see it this morning. Really
to be
impressive.
Fair, that leg, Cam Crabtree's hit a 1-7-1 to leave double four, and Harrison pins a 1-2-1 on the ball to win it. Absolute stones.
What a way to win as well. Like, it's just, in terms of, let's be honest, like just offering that, that entertainment value, that is just exactly what you want to see.
Yeah.
Exactly what we want to see. Luke Woodhouse has won the ball. Short format, really, really important. Doesn't have to break a throw. All he's got to do is turn up on his own throw, not get broken, and Luke Woodhouse will win. It doesn't always work like that, though.
No.
Especially if he's going to find the worst time in the match to chuck a treble-less visit in. Which, that's an awful last start.
To be fair, Groundhopper, when you get to know Andreas, he's actually got a wicked sense of humour. He genuinely has. But obviously, where the language barrier is there at times when you put a camera on him, but when the camera's not off, he's quite chatty and he's got a great sense of humour.
It's a nice check out that. Woodhouse managing to find two dark combinations for 86. You're going to put the game on here? That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just chatting away.
No one moaned in the chat room either. There must have been too engrossed in your banter, mate. So no one even noticed we hadn't got the game on.
Love it. We had them gripped. Bern, we were talking about this earlier, that they are a new version of the Exact. They're heavier, so he's playing with the same weight the dart change he went to for the Premier League is. So new but old.
Oh my word. Martin Schindler is averaging 119. Casual.
Very casual.
47 for a hold of throw with Woodhouse back on 271. There's no rush with that at all. And he takes the leg, and in doing so, drags his average up to a measly 126.
Yeah.
Wonder if he can kick on from that, because he's got to take a break. Ooh. Nice last start. We're seeing some great stuff from Schindler, but again, it's that monster leg has come on his own throw. You've got to break Woodhouse. These games are really short format, and if you don't get that break early doors, your opponent can just get a little bit too close to the finish line, and you run out of chances.
Yeah. Oh, good. Rob, I haven't seen it today. I sort of catch up on everything after I'm done for the day. Just looking on I was looking on my Facebook memories earlier, Dan. Do you know what today was in terms of darting landscape?
What could it have been? 26th of May. What could have happened on the 26th of May? There's something to do with the return from COVID after lockdown or something like that. Was it?
First time we had fans back at the Premier League at Milton Keynes.
I was there. Yeah, I knew it was hovering in me. I was thinking, and I know it was because it was. I remember it was May half term and the kids were off school.
Yeah.
And having to say to Mrs. Simpson that I'm not going to be around. I know you're off work, love, and the kids are off, and we should have all sorts planned. But Darcy's back. Darcy's back, and I'm driving to Milton Keynes to see my pals. Yeah, what a day that was! Unbelievable. That was the so it's also the anniversary of that Jose de Souza double top 120. that no one will remember him for now after Luke Littler's done it.
Yeah.
Meaningless. No, what a lovely trick that was. That was great. That Luke Woodhouse has lifted his game here and is making big inroads on to the Martin Schindler throw. He's down to 47. Schindler back on 206. Can't find a treble with his first start. Luke Woodhouse already on throw. If he can take a break here, it's very, very hard to see a way back for Schindler. And he does straight first double goes in double 16. Luke Woodhouse edging ever closer to that guaranteed place at the match play. But 3-1 up, averaging 110. This is great stuff from Woodhouse.
Really good.
So we've seen unbelievable doubling today. Woodhouse, again, like we've seen with other people, 100% on the doubles. Hasn't missed a double yet.
The only thing
That's
is that I get concerned about for these players is the ones that haven't done it before, doing it in the quarterfinals and not the semi-final or final. You've got to do it again another 3 times. Oh, sorry, another twice after this. But Luke Woodhouse is on course here to join Johnny Clayton and Michael van Gerwen in the semi-finals of the Dutch Darts Championship in Rosmalen. I like the look of the Euro Tours that are coming up the back end of the year as well. There's some good ones.
Oh, beep, beep. I love Euro Tour. I think they're great events. I think they're. I quite like. You can, without getting into the boring arguments about qualifications and things. If you just look at the format of the tournament, I just think it's really enjoyable because every now and again you get some obscurities. You get some strange players there that you don't think are going to turn up in them. So you get an odd mix of players playing in a strange bracket over, and obviously it's rapid, isn't it? Because it's just played over those few sessions. I think it's loads of fun Euro Tour events.
Yeah, completely.
Crowd are normally bananas as well.
Yeah.
Schindler gets a break back. It's right. I mean, it's a right game, to be fair. The averages are mad. Woodhouse still hasn't missed a dart at double, and Schindler's only missed one. It's 3-2, and between the two of them, there's one missed dart at double. The doubling's amazing. Scoring's not bad either. Oh, that was a big flash of lightning. I think whatever Rob was getting 20 minutes or so ago now. I don't know if the microphone picked that up. Not only was it a big lump of lightning, that was a big shot of thunder as well. Yeah, whatever was battering Rob 20 minutes ago has made its way about 20 miles south and seems to be sat right above my house at the minute.
Yeah,
the cats
you spoke too soon.
Yeah, I was just racking my brains out of the cat's inside. Right, with Mrs. Simpson and the kids away, there's lots I have to think about. I'm in charge of everything. I have to know what's going on. I have to know what's going on.
You haven't got to put the bins out or anything, have you?
Friday up here, mate. Done. Job done. Yeah.
Martin Schindler has levelled it up here. And there's been look, Luke Woodhouse is still averaging 98, but when it drops from 110 to 98, that's a significant drop off, especially when Schindler is averaging 107.
It is, and you can tell. I know I keep going to doubles, but that's because one's on 100. Like there's still only one dart being missed at double in this match so far at 3-all. But since we were talking about Luke Woodhouse being 100% on his doubles, he hasn't had another dart at a double since then. Like, you know, these last few legs, he's not had a dart at double. Schindler's average is trending in the opposite direction to Woodhouse at the minute, and it's the German that is on the rise. That's an interesting one, actually, Joe. Where's the...
Just having a look.
Where is that? I can't find the...
Chisnell wasn't... I might be wrong, but wasn't Chisnell seeded 1 today because Luke Humphreys wasn't in?
Chisnell isn't the number 1 seed, but because Humphreys has dropped a few of these, he regularly is the number 1 seed.
I haven't looked at that, but something like that rung a bell in my head. I might be wrong with that, but that just rings a bell for some reason.
That is definitely the case. Definitely the case. Yeah, and you're right as well. Just looking, Michael van Gerwen currently in 18th spot on the Pro Tour Order of Merit and won't get to spot 16 for that seeding spot unless he wins today. Even the final will still have him a few grand behind Josh Rock. No, it may have done. So looking at what I can see at the minute, you got Josh Rock on 82.25, and if Michael makes the final, he's on 80.
Right.
So if he makes the final, he'll jump Michael Smith. That would have been true if Josh Rock hadn't gone on a little run.
Right. Okay.
But if Josh Rock had got beat in the first round, like if you like before the tournament starts, if you take no one else into consideration, then then the final might have done MVG. But Josh Rock's put a bit of distance between himself and MVG now. But as long as he wins Michael van Gerwen, it doesn't matter what Josh Rock does, and he'll overtake Josh Rock. If Josh Rock wins, he goes in a top 10.
Yeah, it's just the Euro Tour, Joe. It's just a 12-month rolling system off the Pro Tour Order of Merit.
Tell you what, there's not a lot of seeds there left, is there? I know we've only got 6 players left, but when you look at that, you look at the top 20, and there's not a lot of seeds left. It's you could say it's wide open, but is a tournament wide open that's still got an MVG in it? Yeah, there's definitely a case to be made for that not being there. Schindler, big opportunity here. Takes the treble 19, first start in to the 137. Oh, he's done it. Treble 19, double for 137. That was absolutely gorgeous darts. Boom. Oh, it's getting closer. That lightning's... So where I sit, I'm sat in my dining room, and I've got like big French doors on the conservatory. So when the lightning goes, it literally is lighting up the whole conservatory. It's like
Nice.
it's like someone sat in the corner with a strobe light in my face.
No, Joe, I completely agree. It can be very daunting for new fans, but as long as you stick with us, mate, we will keep you up to date with everything. We're always here for you.
We're pretty good as well. If you want to know something or who's going to qualify for something or why they're not in this and why they could be in that and why is Luke Littler not in this tournament but he is in another tournament, like we can normally find out or work it out or know where to direct you.
And whilst you're there, we are on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, here on YouTube. We've even got a Reddit page. I don't know what we're doing with it, but we've got one. So, you know, cheeky little follow on any ones you can.
I mean, you can write to us if you want, but I'd like
PO box.
Yeah, we do everything. Like you can write letters to us, send us pictures, bags of money.
Many of our viewers won't. But do you remember when you had to write into like Andy Peters at the broom cupboard at BBC and things like that, calling the gopher?
Mate, I remember the amount of letters I wrote to Blue Peter as a child. Like I've just. Yeah, writing into Blue Peter. Can I have a badge yet? Can I, dear, can I please have a Blue Peter badge yet? There's another letter written.
Did you ever write to the Fix It show?
I don't think I did. No, I don't think I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm not sure what I would have asked for. I'm not sure if any of the jokes I've queued up in my head will get us cancelled. So I might want to just move on from there. But no, I never wrote to that. I was at Blue Peter. I saw Newsround. I think I wrote to them quite a lot. They used to. I was a bit of a. I was a geek, man. I would watch Newsround quite a lot. Schindler, very much looking like a favourite. Now he's took those breaks of throw that he needed. If you can find a couple of trebles on this visit here, then he looks. Oh, he can't in his first two darts. 20, 20, 20, 60. That, do you know? Big visit from Woodhouse here, and this gets interesting again.
Yeah. Rob, sadly, no. The last sort of like 4 years of Fix It, I remember. Was it finished in like 94, 95 time?
Yeah, that's what I was. I was just having a look to see.
Yeah, I certainly remember it.
First one there, before I typed it into Google to have a look at when it finished, I had to check. I am using my own laptop and not my work laptop, aren't I? Otherwise, that's a conversation with HR this week. Dan, it seems you've been Googling some strange things you've been Googling.
Especially the line of work you work in as well.
Exactly. So, 94, 95. I knew it. Like, God, yeah. It came back. UK Gold tried to bring it back in 2007. And then in 2011, it came back for a Christmas special, but this time presented by Shane Ritchie.
But in the darts, we are going all the way. 5 apiece.
Noble leg.
Yeah.
Because
Joe, the benefits of being seeded 1 is obviously draw bracket. So potentially easier draws, but the way it's done now, there isn't really any gimmies anymore.
Martin Schindler had a real chance to win this, but that 101 checkout from Luke Woodhouse Mismatched darts from Schindler, 101 checkout from Woodhouse, and now Woodhouse throwing for the match. Big opening visits. Martin Schindler's chance, he might have just let this game slip straight through his fingers, you know. 2 treble 18s from Luke Woodhouse sets a 140 up. Woodhouse first to a finish. Schindler, if he doesn't score big here. Oh, and he does score big. 180. So now the pressure on this 140 for Woodhouse.
This is all on Dart 1. If Dart 1 sat there to attention, it's not going to go.
Nope, it's certainly not. And all he can do is leave it handy. And he does leave it handy. He leaves double tops. But if this treble 19 goes in for Schindler first dart, which it does, he's going to get more match darts. Misses the first, comes inside the 12. But the double 6 gets the job done. Martin Schindler moves through to the semi-final. Noble leg victory.
106 average for Schindler as well.
Huge performance. It was a really good game, that. Really good game.
Yeah. So Joe, on the Euro Tour, what we're covering here, the seeds go into round 2. Round 1, you've got the host nation qualifier. But yeah, all the I was trying and explain it, but yeah, all the qualifiers play each other in round 1. Then they go on to play the seeds, and then it's in a draw bracket order. So when the draw is done, the first round, it will be player A against player B with the winner to play one of the seeds. So yeah, that's the way it's all drawn. So 3 of the 4 are known. Shindiggity. Not a problem at all, Joe. Not a problem at all. Like you say, we are always here. Got you covered on all social media platforms. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, I tell you what, fancy this one as well. Some great games today. Gezi Price and Josh Rock. This is going to be played at a good rate as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Gezi earlier. Really impressed.
Oh. So, just one more semi-finalist to confirm. And the winner of this next one will play Martin Schindler in the semi-final.
So, Joe, my thought, obviously, since the match, there's a lot been said, and it has been confirmed that Jermaine Wattimena did apologise to Joe, whether it was back at the hotel or in the players' room. I don't know where, but they did say that Jermaine had apologised to Joe. It didn't look great. I don't think it was done as a deliberate gamesmanship act. I just think that Jermaine forgot where he was in that moment playing in Holland. Do you know what I mean, Dan? I don't think it was a premeditated, I'm doing this to put Joe off. I think it was just done in the moment, getting where he is and what was going on. Granted, it didn't look good, and I can fully understand why Joe had the raging hump, because you would. But
Yeah,
definitely. I don't think it was a premeditated, I'm doing this to put Joe off.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it was contrived. I don't think he's, I don't think, as he's walked away from his 3 darts, he's thought, right, I need to get myself over. I need to find a way to get myself over the line here. Like, I don't think that is the case. I don't think the game was important enough for that to really be the case. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a regrettable thing that once he's probably thought about it afterwards, he's probably thought, yeah, that wasn't great, and it wasn't a good look. He doesn't look good. But yeah, I don't think the game was important enough to really, for him to have contrived that. He's not up against it. He's not really in any trouble for his tour card. He's not edging around qualification for the match play. These things aren't too important, and I think it was just a momentary sort of lapse in what was going on. I think he's got a bit caught up in it. He's already a bit caught up in the fact that he's already caught up in it because it's a Dutch crowd anyway, and that's not something that he gets to enjoy all the time. And sometimes players do want to try and get a bit of involvement. And I don't think he's thought too much about putting Joe off. I think, if anything, he's probably just maybe thinking he wants the crowd involved. If he gets another go, he probably, if he wants that wall of noise, if he's going back for another go at it. Yeah, it is regrettable because it's not a good look.
No. DRA likely to follow up. I don't think it will be I think they may just have a quiet word with him. Right. So, one place left in the semi-finals. But who will be joining Johnny Clayton, Michael Van Gerwen, and Martin Schindler? Will it be Rocky or will it be Price? I'm just going to shut my window a second. It's just started raining here again and it's blowing in.
I've got a light in the conservatory with a sensor on it, like with a movement sensor. And either the thunder or the lightning, one of the two, keeps setting it off, keeps turning the light on outside. The weather is very, very active at the minute in Teesside.
Yeah. So, what are we going for, chat room? Who wins this one, Price or Rock? And what are you saying, Dan, Price or Rock?
I'm finding it difficult to not pick Price after what we saw from him earlier. I think he looked so on it. I think he's probably had a little bit of I think the end of the Premier League has probably, allowed him to put that to one side where he's been, it's been churning around and coming up every week and loads of media and everything else. I think he's probably been able to put that to one side, put it in a box. We saw really, really good performance from him this afternoon. I will go with it. Before I know who's won the Bull, I'll go with a 6-4 Price victory. If he wins the Bull, then I'll go 6-3.
Rock's won the Bull.
6-4 Price then.
Humphreys and Littler for the World Cup duo potentially as soon as next year. Look, this is the best England team has looked in a World Cup for a while. I think whatever variation of Littler, Humphreys, Smith, and Aspinall you'd have are all very, very good at the moment. Don't get me wrong, Littler and Humphreys, yes, are the best two right now. But we've actually got good understudies now as well.
Oh yeah, and you've got to assume we're going to see some change in that team over the next couple of years. I think we can all probably agree that within probably more than likely the year after next, we'll see an all Luke England team. But I think we're going to see quite a bit of change in it over the course of the next few years. I think we'll see people coming in and out of it, and I think that will become a competitive spot, or at least one of those spots will become competitive, where people will change throughout the years to who's in that spot, which is all the more fun, isn't it?
Yeah, so look, it can easily be done, but Hitler's not a million miles from catching Cross. On the tour card race, he needs to make up about 112 grand, which, don't get me wrong, is an obscene amount, but it's not when you're as good as Luke Littler.
Well, I was going to say, like, how many months ago was it when everyone was talking about pointing at the number he needed to hit in order to get to the match play and saying what an obscene amount it was, and then realizing that he'd hit it in a couple of weeks and he'd triple it by the time it actually come to the cut-off. Like, yeah, you know that spot, you know that number you weren't sure he'd get, he's done triple it.
Yeah, Bosh, have some of that. Joe says, why aren't there more ETs in the Netherlands? Germany has a lot of it comes down to ticket sales, marketing, venues. I know a lot of people get the hump that they're in Germany, but there is a massive fan base in Germany that sell tickets, and ultimately that's what it comes down to. That they're always trying to go into new areas, and I expect to see changes again next year as well.
The other thing to remember is that the Netherlands is a very, very small country, and Germany, comparatively, is a very big country.
It's huge.
Which means that geographically, like it's similar to saying, well, you know, England gets loads of Premier League places and Wales only gets one, or you know, because you've just got so many more places in the country geographically that you can then sell out, because you can get this big geographical cluster and everyone will go there, and then you've got another geographical cluster over here. And the other thing is it can't be understated how easy it is to travel between those countries and those areas. So if you've got a Euro Tour event that is in, say, the northwest of Germany, that will be easier to get to for most people in Holland than it will be for most people in Germany, because they might get a train for an hour, like, to get into the northwest of Germany, or so it's Germany, as I say, it's a much bigger country, so you've got all these geographical locations that you can target to sell tickets in. But it doesn't mean that because they're in Germany, people from Holland and Belgium and France and Switzerland and Austria don't have the chance to attend those events, because it's as convenient for them as it would be for me going to the Premier League in Manchester or Liverpool.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see Adrian again.
Peter Wright certainly doesn't.
No, I think, and I love Adrian to bits, but I don't think we'll see Adrian play professionally again. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but I just don't see it. He's effectively lost his card. I just can't see him going back to Q School to try and win it back.
It's a desperate shame.
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's not just the O2 for finals night. Beer in all venues is ridiculously expensive now, whether that's the O2 for the finals night, Wembley for the football, the MEN Arena for a concert. These venues know that once you're in there, they can charge what they want because you can't get it anywhere else.
Yeah, you are they've got a captive audience.
Yeah, if you want to drink, you can't get it anywhere else. So, yeah, look, yeah, it was that price at the O2, but it's been the same for all. I think it was £8.50 a pint in Nottingham. I saw. I don't drink, so, but yeah, ridiculous. But until people vote with their wallets, venues aren't going to change it.
Yeah, and people won't. That's the like. It's not. You're not going to see a change. You can moan about it all you want, and it's not like there is no shame. You know, like people will put all over Facebook. Like, there's a picture of someone charging £10 a pint. I promise you, the bloke that set that price, all he thinks is 10,000 people have bought 10 pints. This is class. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You will not find shame nor sympathy from the people that set the prices. So you either need to make your peace with it, or don't drink when you go to those events, or don't drink as much when you go to those events. Pace yourself.
Yes, Rob, they are. Yeah, Big Johnny says, went to see Peter Cat, a new carp live in Manchester. It was £4 for a warm can of pop. Yeah. What is the new carp live like? Just out of interest, mate. Yes, Rob, I am still. I haven't had a can of Monster. The last, I can tell you the exact time I had it. The last time I had one was driving home after the Grand Slam final.
I can honestly say, and there aren't many things that I can claim this for, like living the life I've led. I've never tried it. I've never had a Monster in my life, ever.
I could do 3 cans a day easily. Or could have done that before.
I've literally never. I've honestly never tasted one. I wouldn't know what one tasted like.
Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, I am still off it. Thank you very much. Rob, when I first went, no, I'm not doing it anymore. It was just obviously the Worlds is tough, as everyone knows. They are long days for 3 weeks or whatever it is. And I swear, that first session between when the World starts and the Christmas break is torture. It gets to like the day 8 or whatever it is. I was in a popular supermarket getting my sandwich meal deal, and I swear one of them winked at me on the fridge.
I've never had one. And when, like someone said in the chat room there about fizzy drink, I literally have 2 modes, mate. I drink alcohol and I drink water, like, and that's it. I don't drink like pop fizzy drinks. Like, I drink, like, and I vary my alcohol intake. Believe you me, like, it could be it could be Bloody Marys, it could be cocktails, it could be whiskey, it could be wine. Like, I drink all the different alcohols, but I'm either drinking alcohol or water. That's it. Never, none of the, nothing. And the Pellegrino is a water, isn't it? That counts as water. Occasionally a Lipton's. I might have a Lipton now and again, but
I have a cup of coffee every morning. I have a cup of coffee every morning. I tell you what, Josh Rock here, he lost the first leg, but he's going through the gears, averaging misses there, 107, but on the verge of going 3-1 up on Gerwyn Price.
He's going to get 3 darts to break here. There's not a huge amount of pressure. He's missed double 18 come inside. He's going to need double 9. And if he doesn't get this, it could get a bit messy. But he doesn't. He gets the double 9, 3-1 lead. That's a break of throw. And he's now got darts in hand to kick on even further away.
Yeah. Can you guys play in the Super Series or try and get a tour card? Could we? If we were good enough, yeah. But not good enough to.
How much is Q School? 500 quid? I mean, I could have a go.
Yeah.
Fucking nowhere.
I could turn up.
Yeah, I could. Well, I have £500 and a car, so I could, in theory, yes, I could try. I could pay the entry fee and arrive there. Beyond that, I can't make any promises.
Yeah. In terms of darting ability, is the issue? Probably not.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. Although I'm very pleased with how my darts is going at the moment. Very pleased. I'm very settled with equipment. I'm very settled with a set of darts and a setup that I like, and I'm throwing better than I've ever thrown before. Oh my word! 145, Josh Rock. This is some performance. 4-1 up. Now it's still got that 107 average. It's just scoring here. He's completely outscoring Price. And Price just can't get opportunities. Rock's getting loads of time as well. He's getting loads of darts at double because Price just can't keep pace with the scoring.
No. Rob, cherry Pepsi Max for me.
Oh, God, no. Too sweet. Too sweet.
Oh, I'll tell you the
Jamie,
worst.
I've got
worst fizzy drink I know. I don't know if he's commentating this or not. Dan Dawson can drink litres and litres of fizzy pop in a day. I'm talking, he can demolish 6 litres easily a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, see, I nowhere near, nothing up for me. I can have a Coke, I could have a can of, but like 1 can of Coke Zero would be my, like, that'll be my max for the day. I just think, oh no, no more of that. Put Jack Daniels in it. I'll drink 16 of them. I don't think I'll get bored of this setup, Jamie. I like it. I've gone fixed, like molded flight stem combination. I'm very pleased with how the darts are going into the board. I've like crossed brands. I've got like a different setup to the different front end, but it's working for me.
Could you ever see Modus getting a Grand Slam spot? No, I don't see it. Look, it'd be amazing, but I don't see it. I don't see the PDC working with other organisations outside their own like they used to with the Slam. I think places now will all go within their internal tours, which I completely get. And why wouldn't you? You've got external tours and stuff like that. But as May said in the interview that we did with him, the Grand Slam for me has lost its identity and does need something. So the CDC, Joe, is an affiliate tour of the PDC. That's why they're affiliated to the PDC, the same as Nordic and Baltic and everything like that.
I think some of it is to do with longevity, and while it's an affiliated tour, the PDC have some assurance that like the CDC is still going to be there in a year and 2 years, and so adding that to the format and saying, well, that whoever wins this or top two or whatever it may be gets a route to this tournament and qualifies through things. You've got some assurance that longevity is going to be there over a course of a few years. If you say, and I'm not just, this is like, there's no, as far as I know, there's no chance that MODUS finishes at some point, but the PDC have got no assurance that someone one day could just say, I don't want to do that anymore. And then the system that they've set up and put in place for qualification, they can't guarantee that that'll happen. And then you get, it opens the door for a complicated scenario if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Josh Rock throwing for the match now. He's lost. I mean, to be fair, he's lost very little off the way that he's throwing, but finds a ton in his opening. We're going to have to see a big finish from Price here. Rob, if you want an obscure, like, just sometimes you find something and that's for you. but it is an obscure one. I wouldn't recommend trying to buy them either because they ain't bloody cheap. Ian White cords are what I'm throwing. 23-gram Ian White cords. Quite pretty. Lots of rainbows on them. Rock is going to get a chance at 1-2-1 for the match.
I'd like to see more women at the Grand Slam, 100%. I'd also like to see the women get UK Open spots. The Challenge Tour gets them, the Dev Tour get them. I'd like to see the Women's Series get some spots.
Game 68 goes. Josh Rock defeats Gerwin Price to set up a semi-final with Martin Schindler. We've got our final four, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a fabulous performance as well.
How far is Rock from 16th? What, in the Pro Tour order of merit? Right, Pro Tour order of merit. Josh Rock is 15th, so he's within the top 16 of the Pro Tour order of merit. In terms of the general order of merit, the overall live order of merit as things stand right now, he is 19th. And the only way he can move anywhere else today is if he wins the event outright and goes all the way, then he will move up another spot to 18th. No, Richie Edhouse was beaten earlier this afternoon. He missed a match dart, Richie Edhouse. Been brilliant of late in Euro Tours, but missed a match dart against Luke Woodhouse and was put out in the third round in the afternoon session.
I think professional sports teams may be robbed, or they may have relaxed the rules because he did have, I don't know if he's still got room, but at some point, Luke, as in Littler, had, was it Warrington Wolves on his shirt?
Yeah, is it not that was the wording not that it was football and not sports teams? Was that not? Is that oversimplifying it? I thought the wording of the rule was football, and therefore, if you added another team, then or another sport, then you're all right.
Possibly.
I think so. Because was that not the rule for fans as well? It was no football shirts or no football.
When it suited.
Ish, yeah. Unless it's an event where without disclosing in advance, we're not bothering with that anymore.
Yeah. Battle of the Houses. Probably. Who knows it? On the wall behind you. Which one? I've got quite a lot on the wall behind me.
Yeah, I've got Southport Pier. That's what I got. Nothing anywhere near as exciting as you've got. Although I have got a bit of a project on, and I don't think it's so because I'm off work next week. I don't think Southport Pier is going to be behind me for much longer because you can't see off. I'll probably on the camera that's there, but there's a big pile of guitars down there because I'm in trouble with Mrs. S for having guitars all over the house and too many guitars in too many different rooms. So I think that they're going to be across the back of this wall fairly soon, hanging up, if I get time to do it while I'm off. A framed Sunderland shirt. Yeah, very good. Very good. No, I haven't, I can't get a pass on the darts stuff. The semi-final board from the World Championships remains in the dining room, but only sometimes it gets moved out and I have to move it back in. It gets moved around when I'm not looking. If I go and work away for a little bit, then it ends up moving out into another room.
Mrs. S is like, no.
Yeah, it just gets relocated.
Yes, you did spot this. So that, yeah, on that wall there, I've got a really nice montage of every Oasis album cover.
Oh, cool.
I thought I was talking about this, the stuff on the stairs. There's loads of stuff. So, semi-final, number 1, Johnny Clayton against Michael Van Gerwen. What are we saying, chat room?
If they both turn up in the way that they played earlier, it'll be a hell of a game. But before we get going, because it says 9 seconds left on the counter, I'm going to make a very quick visit to the smallest room in the house. I won't be a moment.
No worries. Clayton Noble leg, 6'4" MVG. Showing some of the old Euro Tour montages. Oh. Some of the arenas they used to play in. It's come a long way. Loads of different bands that I like, to be fair. That Johnny's not defending that much this year, to be fair. But
how are we doing? Oh, we're on stage. Oh no, we're not on stage. We're watching. What is this?
We were saying that they're back from 2013 on the Euro Tour. When Ross Smith hit a 9 dart. We said, look how far they've come.
So no, I walked into the room and when I looked at the screen, I was like, "What? What happened then? What a strange thing to come back to that was." Oh, that countdown was rubbish then, wasn't it? Completely meaningless. Anything else going on here?
From knowing like bits I know, my guess is that they were due to come back on. One of the players is in the loo, so they had needed to fill some time.
Favorite Motorhead song? Right, so this will upset anyone that's a Motorhead fan, but it's probably King of Kings. Come for me, Motorhead fans. Tell me it's not a good song. The Game. You know, it's the
Time to
pattern.
play the game.
If you say like, yeah, by all means, say Ace of Spades, be boring. It's not. King of Kings is class.
Things. It's time to play the game.
Oh, my favourite band, my music taste will completely annihilate your pie chart. Like that'll just mess it up. Because I will go from on shuffle, and when we drove to Minehead, the lads found this out. We will move very quickly between System of a Down, that'll probably be followed by some dirty early noughties R&B. And then we'll get some Motown, and then there'll be a bit of Stevie Wonder, and then there'll be some Foo Fighters. And it's like, I don't really have any music taste. I know what I like, and I like good music.
My music
likes.
My music likes are literally all over the place. It's like having the most broad spectrum ever.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I've run out of blueberries. That's a first world problem, isn't it?
To be fair, I watched a really good documentary stroke program on Kurt Cobain's death the other day.
What did you do? What on? What did you? Can you remember what platform that was?
I can't remember. I'll try and find that. It was good. Swiss Phil is back on stage, Mr. Brzezinski.
Hey, tell you what are we on? 7 minutes to 8 in the UK. Semi-final time. Not bad, this. Good timing.
Yeah.
Favourite wrestling name? It's Cult of Personality by Living Colour. And if you disagree, I'm afraid you're wrong.
Cult of Personality is up there. Cody Rhodes' Kingdom is up there. I love Hulk Hogan, Real American. Just that. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's of its time, isn't it? Like it's if you've got no fun in you at all if you can't enjoy Mr. Ass. If you can't enjoy Ass Man, you've got no fun in your heart, and you need to get better. Try harder. All of Triple H's themes.
I still like the start to DX as well. When you just get the "Are you ready?"
Oh yeah, that was good. Have you ever seen? I can't remember which show it was on where they had the live band there.
Yeah,
and it was absolutely horrific, absolutely horrendous. The worst thing you've ever heard.
Oh, the shattering glass at the top of the Stone Cold walk on is incredible.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Do you know what? I did not think of that earlier. Alter Bridge, Edge's theme tune is elite. And when Edge was in the Brood theme tune of the time when they used to come up out the floor, but that was pretty good. I mean, it's going back a long time. And it wasn't around for too long, but
there's two that are very underrated: Christians and Dolph Ziggler. I'm here to show the world.
That's not. Yeah, it works for him. I'm not sure I would listen to it in the car. Like objectively as a song, but if you just want a song that works for them, then Bryan Danielson having Ride of the Valkyries is pretty good. Or the Final Countdown he does as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I always thought Owen Hart's was better than Bret Hart's. And we've got dart players on the stage. We've got things going on.
Which is always a good thing. That changed the game. Johnny Clayton has won the ball. See if MVG starts with a 77 average this time. And then rapidly elevate it to 102, whatever it was.
Oh, nearly, Nico. So it's been covered. I was going to say Pomp and Circumstance is the name of the song. It's by Elgar. I say a song, piece of music. That's what Randy Savage used to come out to. Oh, big. Can he get the feel? Oh.
MVG's giving Johnny Clayton a chance.
Yeah, he set it up and then couldn't quite. The 101's not. No, not from there. It's not going to go. MVG's going to be back. Straight in, double 14, first leg one. And that is a break of throat as well. So very much advantage MVG from the off.
He just looks focused, MVG. I'm liking the dart change as well. They just sit up to attention. He's gone to a heavier weight. And I just think that these are sitting up like old faithfuls used to. Do you know what I mean, Dan?
Yeah, the angle, it just looks, it's not, I mean, the angle of entry looks much more like we're used to seeing when he's playing his top stuff. But I just think that he looks still even more so this week, that he's not fighting this action, this sort of development in his action. And he doesn't seem to be fighting with it much at all. He seems to be very much comfortable in the way that his throw looks comfortable, which we haven't seen for some time. Certainly looking this comfortable. And I can only assume... There we go. I can only assume that the angle of entry is part of that bigger picture that's coming with the weight of the darts and embracing the change in his action. And here we go. He's in. Oh, that was not the last start he would have wanted, but still a nice start. Oh, Johnny, treble 120, rescues the visit with a treble 20 in the last, with his last dart. But even in these early stages, it looks like Clayton's fighting to stay in it here and keep Van Gerwen at bay. Even on through another loop, is it? Too many. I mean, he's finding the treble 20, Clayton. He's just finding the 1 and the 5 and the same visit as well.
Yeah.
Too many darts coming off that centre line at the minute. But that's a big visit, 135, leaving 62. But a chance for Van Gerwen. Treble 20, the chance is still alive. The chance is still alive. Oh, dear me. Dear me, that. But if this is where he's at,
This is
Clayton.
This is vintage right now.
Johnny Clayton just not. He's getting. Even the chances Clayton's get, he can't do anything with him. 3-0 Van Gerwen. He's looking very, very solid. Averaging 109.
I'm pretty sure. I've just watched on the stream. I'm pretty sure Michael's going to get fined for that comment. The one when he come inside on the 136, there was definitely an F-bomb.
I think my stream might be marginally behind. I haven't got that yet. Oh, that's why. I don't think I'm live. Flipping heck.
What? We're live?
Oh, here we go. This is where he's going to lose his.
That's definitely an F-bomb, isn't it?
I love that.
I'm no international reading expert, but I know a good F-bomb when I see one.
Yeah, I know an F-bomb when I see one, yeah. So, well pointed out in the chat room. I don't think we've mentioned just yet that now we are at that semi-final stage of proceedings. We have moved ever so slightly to a longer format, and we're now playing first to 7. So don't start celebrating when your favourite player gets to 6 because they've still got one to go.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
He's bloody done it. Jesus, 170 check out for 4-0. Clayton must be thinking, what the hell can I do with him here? What can I do with him?
That's not. This is
Clayton down to 132 when that comes in as well. Bosh. But that is gorgeous.
This is brutal. And to be fair, Johnny's just smiling. He's just to say,
smiling. What can you do with that?
Yeah, what the fuck can I do with this?
He's not playing bad at all, Clayton. I mean, as I say, it's still a visit of a 5 followed by a 5. Oh, God, a visit of 30 for Clayton. Just as I say, he's not playing bad, and with a chance there, his first couple of visits really, really made inroads. But another 180 for Michael Van Gerwen, gets down to 81. That really slack visit from Clayton in the previous leg means he's miles away. 177 though from Clayton pressurizes the 81.
He's missed. Rare miss.
Strange visit. Clayton comes back for double 7. Probably not the double he would have wished for, but he hits it first dart either way. 4-1. Comeback's got to start somewhere. And with opening darts like that, an opening visit from MVG of 32, is the Clayton comeback on? I mean, this would be remarkable, wouldn't it? Certainly the way Michael's played. Still just aging. Clayton's managed to lift his average. He's definitely scoring better. He's finding that centre line. Maybe not finding the treble as much, but he's finding the centre line a bit more than he has been.
Yeah.
But another opportunity here. If Michael Van Gerwen finds a treble. He struggled. A rare treble this visit, but leaves himself 170. Do you fear that at the minute? Probably. Nice down to 80 for Clayton, though. No, the 170. The fish, we won't be reeling the fish in again. Not just this time, but Still a monster visit from Van Gerwen, making life difficult and putting pressure on. Only one dart at double for Clayton, but that is all he needs. That's back-to-back legs for Johnny Clayton. And a break of throw. And now he's finding that treble 20. So this game is getting a bit interesting, especially with that 140 opening visit from Clayton. It is all to play for still. And it looked for all the world like MVG was going to race away with this. Well, the ferret's keeping him at bay. Another big visit. Van Gerwen will want 2 trebles here.
Yeah.
And that is not one of them. Oh, dear me. Some very odd visits in this match. The averages, I mean, they're still really high. It doesn't feel like that when the darts are going in. Lovely from Clayton, sets up 64. How many darts will he get at that? He might get 6, especially if MVG can't find a treble in this next dart. That will look very likely, and he can't. Oh, 41 visit for Michael Van Gerwen, at least 6 from 64 for the ferret. Treble 7, 3, double tops. Not the way I go, but it's a route that works all the same. Do you think we are seeing that? We're seeing the average of Michael Van Gerwen slowly come down and the average of Johnny Clayton slowly creep up, Phil. And that opening max as well from Clayton. That's a good last 2 darts after that 5 from Van Gerwen. But still, if Clayton finds 2 trebles here and he's in with the first one, in with the second one, 5 darts into a perfect leg. He's pinching the upper hand in this game, isn't he?
Yeah.
And if he finds a break here, Clayton, he's on throw. And he's just got, if he finds a break here, he just needs to hold this game out. And he's going to put pressure on this 130.
Needs a treble. Oh, this would hurt.
Oh, just gone outside the ball. 81's not a gimme, though.
Mr. Dart, the ball.
I think that's a missed opportunity for Clayton. And but Michael Van Gerwen, talking of missed opportunities, misses 2 darts at double 8. Oh, comes inside. Oh, my word, they're having a doubling nightmare.
Clayton's missed a real opportunity here. If he's punished.
Oh, 2. No, Michael Van Gerwen's missed 3 as well. Another 3 at double. What's happened to double 8? No one can hit it.
There's a force field around it.
Double 8 will not go.
Oh,
comes inside double 8, Clayton misses outside double 4. Finally, double 4, and somehow we've got a level game. And Clayton's on throw. Wow. I tell you what, in their quarterfinals, these two doubled at 75% and 60%, and they are both a million miles away from that level on the outer ring in this game.
They're having a doubling nightmare, especially that leg.
Oof. both peppering that treble 20 in these last few legs, you know, really, really in. The averages have dropped because of all those missed doubles, but they are both hammering that treble 20. Not a straightforward finish for Van Gerwen. He's left himself 130 again. Clayton gets down to 96. So another go for Mike. We saw him trying the last leg for 130, Van Gerwen.
He's going to get another go.
The leg before. Missed the ball. He's done exactly the same thing again. Exactly the same thing again. Clayton. Oh, that's an awful miss.
He's almost dug himself out of jail.
Nearly, but that was not where he wanted that first start to go. 25 for Van Gerwen. Straight in with a 1. Double 12 goes first start. The doubling nightmare has been put to bed for now as Michael Van Gerwen hits that on the first time of asking. And then straight in with the treble 20. So that was a break of throw for Van Gerwen. Oh my word, that is some rain now coming down here. It's bouncing about a foot off the floor out there. Yeah, it's totally brutal. Growling in the background. I tell you what, Clayton has put up a massive and very brave. Oh my word, though! But that visit last start again, just getting him out of jail for Michael Van Gerwen there. That treble 19, because before that, that was a really stinky visit.
Yeah.
Same here for Johnny Clayton. Oh, visit of 41, not what you want. He's worked so hard, Johnny Clayton, to get this match back level. And it seems that as soon as that 4-all came in, it swung the other way again. Johnny's not finding that treble 20 again. He's not putting the pressure on Van Gerwen. Another treble lift visit.
Yeah, but look, he knows better than that. He's left 165.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's just ever since that he worked so hard to get that 4-all, and then it all just seems to have disappeared from there. No treble. Finally, the treble 19, but he can't lose an egg now, Clayton. He's got to win 3 on the spin, or he's out. Michael Van Gerwen he's just looking in these last few legs that the better player, isn't he? The most, even when that game went back on throw, he's looked the most likely.
Apart from that doubling disaster of a leg, he's played really well here.
Yeah, he's well ahead again, a visit ahead against the darts. You expect him to get to a finish first from here. And he doesn't quite do it on that visit. The 3 probably was his enemy there, that segment. But it's going to need a big one from Clayton. Finds a treble 20 first dart and the second dart. A maximum Clayton. Well, 140, it makes it interesting, but not as interesting as it could be. But Clayton will get a go at that 110. But everything here, the match is in the balance. Van Gerwen sets up tops for the match.
Double 60. Oh, magic.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous from Clayton. But that was only a hold of throw. And Michael Van Gerwen now throwing for the match. Is it too little, too late for the ferret? Ton opens for Van Gerwen. Clayton needs a big visit. There's 1 perfect. 2 perfect. And 3 perfect. 180 at the perfect time for Clayton to try and force a noble leg where he would have the darts. Ton from Van Gerwen. Clayton pinches ahead in this leg. Pinch to visit. In again. And again. Oh, he's 5 perfect darts in, Clayton. And then he hits the 1. But more importantly, he's 100. Well, he's not anymore after that visit, but he was well ahead of Michael Van Gerwen. Now 1-2-4 for Van Gerwen for the match. He's not going to take it out straight into the 5. Then the 19. Clayton's going to get 3 darts to get rid of 60 to force a noble. This has been a brilliant game. It's been the best game of the tournament so far in terms of just pure watching fun. Hasn't gone to plan for both players in all moments, but
it's the fact they're both playing well now, which I like.
Clayton has missed.
I need to see that on the stream.
And there he's not missed double 10. So now we've got a deciding leg, a noble leg, where Johnny Clayton has got the darts. What's Michael Van Gerwen done with that 80?
So I'm just looking on the stream.
He's just got to the hockey on my stream now for that 80.
To be fair, the first one is low in the 5. Then he's gone for the ball when it is close, and then he's just launched the last dart in anger.
Yeah, 5-7 wasted. Johnny Clayton, though, treble-less opening visit, throwing for the match, comes back. It's treble 5, 5 and 20. Like, he's immediately just handed the darts to Michael Van Gerwen. That is absolutely not how to throw for the match, Johnny Clayton.
This needs to be 2 trebles, bare minimum. And it is. Oh, Johnny boy.
Oh, 180. This is what a class watch this is.
But now it's advantage Clayton because he has the darts.
It certainly is. And it should have been from the beginning, but he lost that first 2 visits were crap. Again, needs a treble though, Phil, and he can't find one. Gets to the 164.
But no treble for MVG.
No, this is tense now. Treble 20. Clayton leaves 68. So this 160.
It's not going to go.
Not going to go. He's low. Then he's in. And he leaves 60. So 68 plays 60.
So now, Michael Van Gerwen needs Johnny Clayton to miss.
And
that's not going to happen.
Oh, Johnny Clayton, 7-6. What a bloody good game that was.
Great game. Really good game.
I tell you what, the stats don't tell the story, but what a fascinating watch that was.
That one leg has killed them both. It was better than that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh. Yeah, 100%. That was a great game. Really, really good, proper semi-final, that. Just watching those match darts go in now on the stream, straight in, treble 20, double 4. Oh, we've had a flex and a roar from Johnny.
Yeah, but I like that.
Absolutely, yeah. I want him up for it. Like, that's class. That was some really impressive darts from Johnny Clayton because he didn't have it all his own way at all in that. You know, he was getting absolutely battered for the first 4 legs. And then we said, you know, the comeback's got to start somewhere. And I almost said, well, I'll be honest, I did say it sarcastically because I didn't give him a cat and hell's chance there. But what a second half of the game. It ebbed and flowed up and down and swung both ways. Yeah, an absolutely brilliant game of darts, that.
A top game.
Game of the day so far. Game of the tournament, probably, in terms of watchability. I know that none of the stats say that, but a great watch. So now we've got a finalist. And it's Johnny Clayton who picked that on Friday. And what that means, Phil, and I know you're a big fan, but that does mean that Michael Van Gerwen will not be seeded into the next batch of European Tour events.
Which means he'll have to play on the Friday.
At least, like, if we're honest, at least that's happened where it wasn't good timing for Luke Littler earlier in the year where there was a Premier League the night before.
Yeah.
So, he's not going to have to contend with that playing on the Friday when he's played somewhere else on the Thursday night, which is what Luke Littler had to do in the early part of the season. But he is going to have to play on the Friday, and he's going to find himself unseeded. I don't think we're going to be too far off our next one either. I think we're going to go fairly quick. Timing on my stream says 2 minutes. They've all had a decent break because that game went quite long, didn't it? So that everyone's had a decent enough break. Josh Rock's had long enough. He's probably itching to get on anyway, isn't he? Well, we talked about that quite a bit earlier, Troy. I think from what I understand of it, they shook hands once they got back to the hotel. I think Joe was understandably and probably rightfully pissed off when it happened. But I don't think that Whatdemeter contrived it ahead of time. I think it was just a momentary lapse of what was going on and what it meant to everybody else. I don't think there's a great deal to be read into it. Is my view.
No worries, mate. It's not a problem.
We're moving. Oh, no problem at all, mate. Absolutely no bother. It's what we do. It's why we're here for ages. People dip in and out.
Yeah.
You can ask what you want when you want.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date with everything. Don't worry about that. So World Championship tickets normally go on sale around let me check. I don't want to give people dud information.
I can't remember, to be honest, World Championship tickets. People far better organised than me tell me. I have people around me, thankfully, good friends, that will give me little prompts to say next Wednesday or next Thursday, and I go, right, great, thanks, pop it in my diary. I very rarely know ahead of time. I'm very reactive.
I want to say September, but I think it's before. You know, I think it's before that.
I feel like it's before.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel like it's before September, but I don't believe after the match play, between the match play and September, which is August, really, isn't it? it just means August.
So yeah, the first week this year just gone, they went on sale the 1st of August.
Yeah, I would expect that to probably be the same after the match play.
Oh no, I lied. Tell a lie. They went on sale. So if you've got a priority membership with PDC TV, they went on sale Monday the 31st of July.
Which would have been, was that the Monday after the match play final?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think.
Yeah. JP, he won't go back to the old darts because you can't, there's nothing left of them. Literally, the grip has completely worn off.
Oh, he's on the stage. He's got his microphone. We're getting some dart players out. Schindler out first. Lots of autographing I'm noticing today in the Netherlands. Not getting a home country winner now. The final Dutchman went out in the semi-finals. We will not see a Dutch winner of the Dutch leg of the Euro Tour.
Masters. So, chat room, what are you saying? Are you fancying Schindler or Rock?
I've probably got to go Rock. Again, just I think he looked. Schindler came through a really nervy one against Woodhouse, and Rock put in a monstrous performance against Gerwin Price. And if they both continue the way they played an hour ago, then it's probably Josh Rock. But it just depends on if he can carry that through. Schindler's got it in him to beat him, but Josh Rock looked absolutely superb against Gerwin Price earlier on.
Yeah, I know 100%. If Rock replicates what he did last time out, then yeah, Rock wins.
I do like that we always get a little call-out introduction for the referees in Europe as well. Makes them seem a bit overlooked when we do it in the UK, doesn't it?
Chat room, what are you saying?
Any predictions in the chat room before they start getting darts into the board? Because once you've seen the first set of 3 go in, your prediction's no longer valid. You don't get to have a look at the action. You don't get to try before you buy. You can't have a look at the action and then put your pick in.
Yeah. It's all or nothing.
So have we got Rock on throw here as well? Or is it Schindler? Schindler won the ball.
Shindiggity has the arrows.
An intriguing one. Martin Schindler, of course, already won a Euro Tour event this year back in Riesa.
He did.
In front of a home crowd. The German crowd very much enjoying that one. It was a good event, that. It was a good final as well. He beat Gezi Price, didn't he?
Yes. And that was just after that Gezi ruled himself out of the World Series.
Correct. Yeah. Now we've got some picks in. I think I haven't seen a Schindler prediction yet, even though Schindler's won the bull. Chat room is predicting Josh Rock, but Schindler first to a finish, and he'll get 6 darts from 86. And he's going to need them, or he'll need at least 4 of them because he can't take 86 out in 3. There's still very, very little pressure on him at all because Josh Rock cannot find a treble in his visit. Back on 154, Schindler will get 3 darts at tops. And he only needs 1 of them. Opening leg goes to Martin Schindler with a hold of throw. Well, that's more like it, Josh Rock. First 180 of the match. $140 from Schindler makes it interesting. Can you follow that up? Oh, just a 20. See, you can find a 180, but if you can't hit if you then follow it up with a 57, you leave yourself wide open to just be closed down and caught.
Just cuts it in half, doesn't it?
Josh Rock's away with one there. Yeah, Schindler straight into the 5. And Rock's, he's got away with that slack visit of without a treble, down to 124. First one's in. Ooh. Leaves tops. No pressure whatsoever from Schindler. Still very little pressure. Misses outside. Misses inside. Misses inside the double 10. Big visit from Schindler here gets it going a little bit. Lacking that treble again. Another treble visit, an important moment. Double 5 straight in for Josh Rock, levels up. Could be really topsy-turvy, this one, couldn't it? Solid visit from Schindler, that. Doing his best work on his own throw, but with the darts, that'll win him this match.
Yeah.
He only has to do his best work on his own throw, because if he holds them all, he wins. Simple.
Well, that's what I mean. Rock's got to do something here. Because, look, I appreciate that Josh Rock has just leveled it up. But the disparity in the averages, if that carries on over any prolonged period of time, there is only one winner. Yeah,
and again, with Schindler being on throw, you know, Rock's he's got to lift that average. He's got to get his average up in order to be competitive against the darts. Because if he doesn't take a leg off Schindler on throw and get at least a visit ahead of him by scoring, then he's not even going to get darts to try and do anything in this game. He's got to get a visit ahead of Schindler on Schindler's darts.
Yeah.
Oh, 97 for Schindler. Lovely, lovely stuff. He's playing some great darts, Schindler, on throw. Rock just not being able to settle. Can't find a treble on his opening visit. Again, another trebleless visit. So one treble from Schindler. Immediately pinches the initiative. Treble 19 again, 119 for Schindler. Josh Rock up against it already on throw. Games can get away from you fast. I can't remember the last time Josh Rock hit a treble. Visit of only 81 for Schindler, but the way that Rock's scoring, oh, there we go, though. Treble 20, 180 for Josh Rock, and all of a sudden in one visit.
Problem is that we needed that.
He did, because he'd had 2 trebleless visits before that. His first 6 darts, he didn't hit a treble. So then he comes and finds the 180, but you would expect him to be further along in the leg than that, but because he can't find a treble. And then again, the bull rescued him a bit, but 2 darts at treble 20, neither of them landing, hitting the big 20 twice. But Schindler, treble 20, 20 for the 140. Rock probably still favourite in this one. especially after that visit. This 104 would be a complete game changer, though. That would really, really.
Went the old school way as well.
Yeah. Important dart for this for Rock. Comes inside, misses inside, misses outside, misses outside. Double 7 Schindler comes back for. Misses outside and then hits it 3-1. And this is very. This is a shadow of the level of performance that we've seen from Josh Rock this weekend. It's a mile away.
Oh, completely.
Schindler's not playing well, but at the minute he doesn't have to. I say as he opens with a visit of 44. Who asked earlier if we could play?
The problem is now Rock's got to find 2 breaks of throws. It was already tough enough when he only had to find 1.
Mind you, this is very much looking like it could be one of them. Because he's got a massive advantage, 140-point advantage. Schindler needs a max here. He ain't going to get one because he finds that treble 140. Tightens it up, but still Rock in control of this leg. That treble helps, so does that one. That gets him down to a finish, 127. Schindler, so here, 127. Treble 20 goes.
Oh, he's missed the hinks.
Oh, he hit the
127 game.
He's gone outside the ball. Schindler going for 148, can only find treble 5 in his first start. That will not go. So Rock will get. He's got to go at 25 to break through. If he breaks and holds, he's got away with absolute murder. Oh, no. Josh Rock again. More doubles missed. And Schindler, 88. This is very gettable, especially if he opens with a treble 20. Misses outside. Oh, misses outside twice again. Rock again. Rock. Josh Rock. How is it? I can't understand how he's still in this game. But he is.
One of his life mysteries.
This is very strange indeed.
Darting defiance.
Very odd. Very, very strange. But he's still in it. 96 scored on throw. If he holds here, he levels the game up. We're not seeing, whilst we have had a couple, well, we've had 3 180s, we are not seeing anywhere near the scoring that we're used to expecting from these two. They are a mile off in terms of scoring points and creating opportunities. Treble 20 to another 180 for Josh Rock. Leaves 45. I'm not convinced about that last one, but fair enough. Go on. 171 for Schindler. Excellent counting for Schindler to leave the big fish. A 3 treble visit. Josh Rock takes out 45. First time. It's the first time I think in this match anyone's hit a double first time. But 3-all. How have we got to 3-all? Treble 18. Good last start for Schindler after 2 misses. 140 Rock. This could swing.
It could. And this has come from nowhere.
I'll tell you what. whilst the standard of these two semi-finals has been far from what we should expect, they've been bloody entertaining matches, both of them. Like, they're a pleasure to watch. Schindler is now up against it and struggling to find anything he wants. He's rescued himself 3 or 4 visits. He's rescued himself with a last start treble, which is not what Josh Rock was able to do there. Schindler can find a couple of trebles here. All that good work Josh Rock did to level this up could have been for nothing. Another treble this visit. Bloody hell. They've spent the time between matches studying at the Dan Simpson School of Darts, these two.
This little spurt from Rock's come from nowhere.
But I don't think it's as much Schindler nosediving in form as it is Rock finding some. There we go. 4-3 ahead.
He was 3-1 behind. All of a sudden, Josh Rock has put on a little spurt here.
It has, and that was another break of throw. Which means if he holds here, he's got the finish line in sight, hasn't he?
100%.
If you can get to 5-3 up on a race to 7, like, the finish line is in sight. Treble 20. Find that treble 20 that little bit more in this phase of the game, Josh Rock. And another 180. See, Josh Rock's game, that's his 5th 180. He seems to either throw trebleless visits or a 180. He seems to be it's a bit all or nothing in this match. He's either playing absolute mustard and pummeling the treble 20, or it's like 5-19-1. Afternoon, James. Good to have you in.
Okay, James. Good to have you in, mate.
Oh, chance and time here for Rock on a 180. He can set something up, not on a treble 5. He won't, but another treble here, and he does 135. Big visit. 45 left again. Second time in this game that Rock's left 45. And there's not a great deal of pressure on it. 13, 2 darts, double 16. Misses inside. And misses outside.
Yes, Jim. Getting tongue-tied.
Jock Ross, is he Barry Keane's mate, Jock Ross?
Yeah. Everyone loves a bit of Barry Keane.
We do like having our own little names for people. It's only people we like. It's never a dig. It's always affectionate. He's made a mess of it. 19 double top Schindler. 2 darts at double tops to get rid of 59 and get away with murder. To break back. Oh, he can't do it. First dart misses and then he misses inside. Oh, that was a huge opportunity to break back. What comes back, hits double 4, 5-3 ahead. Surely the finish line's in sight now.
Thing is, as well, he was 3-1 down and looked to be going down with a bit of a whimper, to be fair. Looked nowhere near. Don't apologise for winning a leg, Josh.
A man who has found out this week who his World Cup partner will be.
It's Gurney, isn't it? It's Dolan, sorry. Because Gurney crashed out.
Yeah, he did. And it was decided in this very tournament.
Which will be an interesting conversation when Team Northern Ireland get together, considering Josh Rock said he'd rather play with Gurney.
Yeah. That's what he told Gurney, though. I assume he's told Dolan
No,
the
he
same
said it.
thing.
No, he said it live. He said it live on the Premier League
Oh,
stage
did
in
he?
Belfast. Yeah.
Get in.
Him and Ross, who would you rather play with? He said Gurney.
Hey. Well, it's tough,
It's an
isn't it?
interesting team meeting at the hotel, isn't it?
Dolan's earned the right to be there. And speaking of play, I tell you what, Josh Rock's turned it on at the right time because against the darts again, he's down at 73. If Schindler can't get rid of 129, then Rock, who has managed to from nowhere find some form in this, Schindler can't get rid of that. So 73 to go within one for Josh Rock.
This is some turnaround.
That. Where has this come from? This is the Josh Rock that played this afternoon. This is the Josh Rock we saw earlier in the day that seemed to go missing for 4 legs.
Yeah, I say 3-1 down and didn't look anywhere near at the races.
This is the Josh Rock that beat Gerwin Price earlier on.
Yeah. Not the imposter that was on the stage earlier on.
Exactly. So, within one, and now throwing for the game as well. Treble 20, but trebleless opening visit from Schindler means that he's 140 points behind as he comes for his second visit. Still can't find a treble. There we go, Schindler, but not enough, you feel. 140 just to stay in touch. Treble 20 is lighting up for Josh Rock at this phase of the game. Schindler that 5. He's a mile away now, isn't he? 25-19, visit of 44.
Literally, the wheels are just
all the time in the world now, Josh Rock.
Honestly, it's like Schindler's just stopped in the pit lane and not come out again.
As soon as the game got levelled up at 3-3, he's not been able to find anything at all. So ever since then, he looked absolutely superb in the first 3 legs. And there we go, game done. 86 check out. Josh Rock, I tell you what, for 5 legs, 6 legs there, he was absolutely amazing. He was crap for 4 legs, but he was brilliant for the other.
Real Jack and Hyde. For 4, he was shit. But then he found something and was superb. Given that Germany have such a huge potential, I'm surprised they haven't got a player. Give it time. They're still young in darting terms.
So we've got our final, folks. And if you picked it on Friday, congratulations, your bookmaker's devastated.
I'm just going to go and make an AI video.
Yeah. Josh Rock plays Johnny Clayton in the Dutch darts. I was turning Dutch there. Too many sh's. The Dutch Darts Masters 2024. I need supplies. I'm going to refill me water. I'll be back in a moment.
Refill with the H2O. So, chat room. Rock against Clayton. Who are you fancying for the job? Who gets the job done? Will it be the ferret back to winning ways? Or will it be Josh Rock in the winner's circle? Clements and Schindler, especially. I don't. Personally, I think Pietreczko is better than Clements. In my opinion. I just think he's a better player. At least we've got two players that will just want to get on with it as well. They'll be rat-a-tat-tat. Yeah, possibly, Robert. I agree. The Rock 8-5. I think Josh Rock has to start well. I think if he starts at the final the way he did there, Johnny Clayton won't let him back in.
I didn't hear the first bit of what you said, but I completely agree with the second bit of what you said. Whoever comes out, I think whoever starts the fastest.
I said if Rock starts like he did in that game, Johnny won't let him back in.
Oh yeah, I think whoever gets to 3 legs first, I think wins this. I just think you won't get the opportunity to start slow against either of them, and whichever one of them's not on it, the other one will capitalise. I think whoever hits 3 first wins. But my prediction, and I haven't heard if you've done one yet, but I think it's the Ferret.
I'm going for the Ferret.
I think that last game I took a lot out of Josh Rock, having to dig himself out of the trouble that he did. And I still don't think he found the level that he can sort of carry through in terms of like a confidence in his performance. And I think it's Clayton's to lose at this point, if I'm honest. Can we also just, because we haven't yet on the stream, discuss, whilst Elton safety shoes sounds, I will accept, a rather amusing and obscure sponsor for an event, I think the stage looks really nice. I think it looks miles better than some of the other crap stages we've seen in the last couple. Whilst we've seen some strange stages and some strange colour schemes and various other, but I think that stage looks tidy as. I think it's a really nice look. I think it's a good colour. I would have Elton safety shoes back whenever they fancy.
Yeah, no, it's good. Looking forward to New York, mate. I'm sorry to pack on that, but
other than, so we know you're doing obviously PDC darts things, and we know you're doing some live round stuff as well. Have you got any plans there that aren't darts related? Like, are you doing anything? Like, are you? I know you've been there before, so it's not sort of sightseeing, but have you got anything non-darts that's on the agenda for you?
Yeah, there's a couple of bits I still want to go and do. There's just some quirky little bits and things like that. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. There's a couple of really nice places and things like that. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
Good. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Copenhagen and Poland yet, because there isn't the media opportunities before Copenhagen and Poland to make it worthwhile. So obviously with New York, there's a massive media opportunity before, where Copenhagen and Poland there's not. It's just the stuff from the event. So I don't know is the honest answer.
What are we doing for time? 5 to 9. That's not bad.
It's good.
That's not bad. Certainly for a bank holiday. No work tomorrow. I mean, I am going to work tomorrow. I'm just that busy that I'm going to have to spend at least a couple of hours with my laptop getting some work done. But that is just life.
Yeah, so I've made plans myself to make sure that I've got media opportunities with everyone. Yeah, because all the players are there early, but for Copenhagen and Poland, they're literally flying in the day before.
I tell you what, that's a tedious roll of honour that they've produced for PDC TV, where we're going to go through every Euro Tour event, but with some sort of almost like you've been framed VHS style transition between them. It's quite an odd. If anyone else can see it, it's very odd. Quite strange.
What starts the end of June?
Yeah, last weekend. It's the last weekend of June, isn't it? And we are, while we're on, it's worth shouting. We're going to do Fallout Bar. We're going to do Fallout Bar shows for the Friday and the Saturday. We'll cover whatever happens on the Sunday. We're not going to do the Sunday.
What about on the Thursday?
Oh yeah, Thursday. We're doing everything other than the Sunday.
Yeah.
So we're doing Fallout Bars after every night of the World Cup, other than the Sunday night, because we'll cover what happened on the Sunday night on the live lounge on Monday. I also believe that Sunday evening puts us head to head with an England match as well. So I think we're going to do Fallouts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we'll catch up on what happens on Sunday on Monday night.
Yeah. And yes, it is Humphreys and Smith for the England team.
Solid team, that, at the minute. I don't think that there is another country that can boast two players at that level in that form, or even close to it, if I'm honest. I know that Wales have got two top 10 players, and we've seen quite a bit from both of them today. But I think in terms of form, combined, form and status at the moment, they're going to take some beating.
Yeah.
And we know strange things happen in the World Cup, but might not be too long before we have to stop imagining it, James. I don't think we're going to be waiting for too many cycles before that is what we see. In fact,
no.
If I was a betting man, I'd say we're probably going to see it next year. Probably.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. It will depend probably on the next 12 months that Rob Cross has. Rob Cross is probably best positioned to stake a claim into that two-men team. But I think it's got a good chance of being the two Lukes next year.
Looking forward to Modus Women's Week. Bo will go in favourite, and rightfully so, but there are players in there over that format could beat her.
Oh, not so much could, but have. It's you without a doubt, and it's like those things that we say all the time. Like we say in the men's game, if everybody turns up and if she turns up and plays her A game and does, everything that we know she can do, then she'll probably win all her matches. But if she doesn't quite find her A game in one particular match and finds her B game and someone else steps it up, then she could get beat. And she has, she's not unbeatable. She's very, 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 very good and deserves to go in as favourite. But that doesn't mean there's nothing guaranteed. Certainly not in this odd game that we all enjoy.
Yeah, like I say, she will go in the rightful favourite and deservedly so the way she's playing. But there are some very good women players in there that over that format could turn it on.
Certainly is.
Look, right now, if you're a betting man, you'd probably say come Saturday the final will be Bow and Fallon.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. The obviously the group layout as well adds that extra factor of what people have to do in order to get through to the final and how the structure in which they're going to have to compete and who they're going to have to compete against. I think it's better for it. I think it makes it a little bit more unpredictable, a bit more interesting. But it's going to be a great week. Well, I'm really looking forward to it.
I look at the way Trina played last time she was at the Super Series a few weeks ago, and I appreciate she lost all her games. However, she played brilliantly in a great Group B. And if she produces that form, she'll be a danger in this Women's Week. If she reproduces that level in the Women's Week, undoubtedly she'll be a danger.
She's without a shadow of a doubt. But I think you could probably say that about more than half. I genuinely think more than half of the competitors that week you could look at and say, like, if they can find their A game, like they've got it could be a really, really cracking week for good games and good levels of games. In terms of in terms of us being able to access and see the women play each other, we don't get to see that a great deal. The women's tour happens behind closed doors. The women's match play is behind a paywall because it's on Sky Sports. There aren't a huge amount of opportunities for people to see for free all of these women playing each other, and I think it's going to be a bloody, really, really good week.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. You look at Vicky Pruin, who's picked up titles on the WDF and the ADC tour this year, beating Bow and Fallon along the way. We've spoken about the way Trina played when she was there. It's just a real intriguing blend going in.
Oh, it looks like we're not far off.
No, we're about 1 minute and 40 seconds away from Swiss Phil being on the stage, giving it the big licks.
We're not
how are you, Danny? So yeah, I'm just looking at the groups. Obviously, Fallon, Bow, we know what their CVs are like. Trina, we discussed how well she played when she was at the Super Series last time out. Kirsty Vinnikainen has beaten both Bow and Fallon on Women's Series events. Rhiannon O'Sullivan, the same. Katie Sheldon is a little pocket rocket from the Emerald Isle. Vicky Pruin picking up titles. Lorraine Hyde, Lorraine Winstanley. Then we've got Natalie Gilbert, Dita Hebben and Laura Turner in groups. It's just a real good blend, I think.
Yeah, really good. Really, very, as I say, it's we've been talking about it ever since it was announced. I think it's a really exciting week. Some great prospects for just entertainment. Great entertaining darts is what I'm expecting.
Did you watch all of the? James. Yes, no. Lisa did get an invite. Unfortunately, she wasn't available to play. There was a few that are missing that got invites. Did you watch all of the boxing card last night on DAZN?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What happened to Lewis Ritson, or has he just found his level and not developed?
He got a good hiding and has never recovered from it. He looked the first 5 or 6 times he was on Sky Sports, he looked like he was going to be absolutely. Oh, he looked unbelievable. And then he got knocked out in Newcastle. Can't remember the lad. I can't remember who. South American lad.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the fellow that bit, but he was. I remember it was a South American lad who'd come over to Newcastle, and he was doing absolutely superb. He was fighting really, really well right up to that point, and then he's just not been able to find it since then. O'Hara Davies beat him last year.
Which
in Newcastle Arena as well, knocked out. So I just think he's had a couple now of like big arena fights in Newcastle where he's been stopped, and he's vulnerable to a body punch. His guard is in theory brilliant because he has a really high guard that's dead solid and hard to get past with punches to the head. But he doesn't seem to be very fluid with it, and he can't move it up and down a lot, and he leaves himself wide open, and he just keeps getting brayed with body punches.
Yeah.
I was really hopeful that it was the start of something new for him last night, and for the first 4 or 5 rounds, he looked like he might have an answer, and he looked like what he was, which was the more experienced professional of the two.
Yeah.
And then he just once the heat got turned on, he couldn't live with it and ended up just getting pezzled. It's a shame.
Shame. Rob, talking about Ritson, because I was working last night. I didn't see it. I watched the main event back today. They got the decision right. I thought the cards were a little bit wide.
100% cards were. That's exactly how I scored it.
I thought the right person won the fight, in my opinion, but the cards.
I had him up by 3.
I had him by 2.
I had him up by 3, but there was one of them that I gave him that I know 3 or 4 other people didn't and gave you the other way. Like it could have got. It could have gone either way, probably. But what were 117, 111 bollocks? Like what? All that was, and it was judges trying to make a point of righting the wrong of last time, which is not what your job is as a judge. You're supposed to score that round. You score that round that happened right in the last 3 minutes, not something that happened 2 years ago. It should not be kicking around in the back of your mind while that's going on.
But I had Cattrall by 2.
I would happily see it again. I'd happily see a third.
Well, I think they've got to do a third. Although I know Cattrall wants to fight for a world title, all the belt holders have got mandatories.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
The third.
It's easy for Cattrall to say that he wants to move on to world titles, but if he can't get a world title fight, then he needs a fight in between, and there is absolutely nothing that he can do in between that will earn him the money that will. Nothing. There is nothing he can do, and if he wants to fight for a world title middle of next year, late summer next year, then a rematch, either late this year could be, October, November time this year could be ideal, because I don't know what else he's going to do to kill time.
No. Mind you,
And we've got
don't
that
let Bob Arum,
on the stage.
don't let Bob Arum anywhere near a mic. Oh my God.
Someone wants chain into his chair next time. Tie his shoelaces together or something like that before he gets fucking madness.
It's like when your granddad's at a wedding, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know, he's a really interesting fella, Bob Arum. Like, if you, he worked in the Attorney General's office for Bobby Kennedy when he was, before he was assassinated, when John F. Kennedy was the president, and he was like in with the Kennedy brothers, and he was a lawyer in the defense, for the State Department in the US, and he's like, he never really came to boxing until like the late 60s, but then obviously he's OG, isn't he? So like he was right in there with like Sonny Liston and Ali, but no, not anymore, Bob. Sorry, like that. And I think it's irresponsible for people to have allowed that. Like, somebody put a microphone in his hand and then turned it on, and no, not for me.
Yeah. Makes me laugh when he's like, oh, I'm never bringing an American to the UK again. It's like, shut up, Bob. Some of the cards I've seen at your shows as well, like pot and kettle.
Oh, like, and some of the matchmaking as well. Like,
yeah.
Right, what's going on here? There we are. Oh, we're underway. Now we've started.
Got the darts.
Some travellers from Clayton. There should be there should be very strict rules at all boxing events as to who can and can't have a microphone and when. Like, it needs to be very, very tightly controlled at all boxing events. I mean, there's a case to be made that it should be for darts as well, but arguably most of the people in darts aren't talking their way around like a concussion at the time. Some of them, mostly, but in boxing, I just think it's incredibly like somebody needs to really start controlling who gets a mic and when. Ooh. Rock down to 72. Clayton all the way back on 227.
Yeah, sluggish start from the Ferret.
Another troublous visit. There were a few troublous visits already in this leg, averaging just 68, Johnny Clayton. It's very rare you'll get to say that out loud.
Yeah, and we said that both players had to start quickly.
I'm not sure whether that is a comment that could get you banned, Daniel. That's one of the most outrageous things that's ever been put into one of our chat rooms, that. I didn't even know it was still on the telly, to be honest. That shows how detached I am from the current affairs. I genuinely had no idea that that was still a TV show that existed. I thought it finished when Diversity were on it. I'm not aware of it being on since then. We do joke. Just watching it for Amanda Holden. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Better leg Amanda from Holden. The Ferret ready.
Amanda Holden or Johnny Clayton? Oh, tough choice. Tough choice. It's a better leg, but he's going to need to find a double. Not pressure on it, like.
Oh my.
Well then.
Oh my.
Oh,
my!
wow. 1-4-2. Josh Rock. Break of throw.
In a leg he had no right to win.
Ah, that was absolutely lovely stuff. But
Johnny
again,
Clayton
they're
will be
both
kicking
throwing
himself
problems.
now.
Yeah, he needs a bit of a summit, Josh Rock, I think, doesn't he? He's not. The second year didn't go as well as the first year. And you do feel like he needs. Well, that was a gorgeous checkout as well. It's just come on the stream. You do feel like he just needs to pick up something, don't you? He just needs to win something.
I think it's just taking that next step, isn't it, of winning a Euro Tour or getting to a final of a TV event. Do you know what I mean? Just taking that next step.
Right. Sorry, I just can't. I couldn't get. For some reason, every time I clicked my PDC TV, it put the sound back on. I don't want the sound.
Not early, Daniel. Mid-afternoon.
Where are you flying from?
Heathrow.
Oh, it's not so bad then. That's not so bad. One on the board for Johnny Clayton. A breaker throw as well for Clayton.
Yeah.
And he's found his scoring shoes, it seems.
Don't be daft. Back of the plane asleep.
He'd go in the cargo if they'd let him.
Look, don't get me wrong. I get if you're flying like proper long haul, then I'm guessing it'd be nice to go in business or whatever. But it's like 6.5 hours or whatever. It's not horrific.
I was going to say Heathrow. It's like 6 hours or so, isn't it? If the wind carries you.
Depending on the stream, where it can be 8 hours, but again, 8 hours isn't even horrendous.
Right, it's a day at work, isn't it? For some people.
Josh Rock's come back into this leg. Johnny Clayton started well, but it's had a little dip here, and Josh Rock's going to get the chance
58.
to break back again.
You might fancy this 58. Certainly there. 2 darts at double top. Misses outside, then hits it, which means Johnny Clayton's break of throw was absolutely meaningless because you don't hold your own throw afterwards. It's not a break. It's a slack first visit, though, from Josh Rock on throw, and we are seeing a lot of breaks of throw in this match already. Scoring's
Neither
way
player
under
really
par.
settled yet, have they?
No, it's a really strange game. Nothing's going to plan for anybody at the minute.
No. No, it's just bubbling along without catching light.
Has he? Oh, he must have had that must have been a bounce out for Clayton. Surely that's the only way you can. Oh, that's a rough visit as well. Here, hello. Oh no. Clayton with another chance for another breaker throw. 52. Goes first time. This is really backwards and forwards, this.
You just feel that one of them just needs to find just 5% and they'll go on and put themselves in a fabulous position. You laugh, Malachi. I was actually speaking to her today.
She was on Sky Sports News this morning.
Yeah.
She must be branching into... she's branching right across the sports landscape, isn't she?
Well, she's got the US Open tennis again this year as
well. Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Just an incredible broadcaster. Replacing Clarkey was a thankless task, but she's come in and absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, it's always going to be a challenge to come in and fill shoes like that in those circumstances. But she has done a tremendous job. I think it helps that she's very different. You know, it's not a like for like. It's not somebody almost trying to do an impression, you know, like that, which is what you sometimes find, isn't it? You know, when you end up getting someone who's a poor impersonator. But I think no, she's done a cracking job. A far better job than Josh Rock's.
Johnny got away with that. He messed up and missed a big number on 89, and Josh Rock missed the dart at double 13, and Clayton stepped in, just letting the stream catch up, or it clipped the inside wire as well. Rock's dart at double 13, but we are level.
What an odd match.
Rock has the darts here, so
he does, but no one can hold it. No. Nobody can hold a leg in this game. There's no such thing as a hold of throw in this match. Not in the Elton Safety Shoes Championship. Another trebleless visit on throw for Rock. Clayton teeing something up. He's got rid of the 100, so a 2-dart combination for Clayton when he comes back. And Rock can't deal with the 129, so we'll get the opposite. We may well see yet another breaker throw here. Clayton can find. Oh, he doesn't. Clayton misses the double top. The double 18 for Josh Rock to see if we can finally, and we do finally get a leg held.
But again, though, it wasn't drama-free, was it? Clayton had an opportunity
Absolutely
on
not.
the Rock dart.
Yeah. It's really, really scrappy, this. Really scrappy.
Yeah, either player will just want a drama-free leg on their darts.
But again, we're looking like slack visit from Clayton. Rock pummels the scoring, and we're already looking like the potential for another break. And we were until that visit of 42 from Rock. Oh, treble 20, treble 20, treble 20. Johnny Clayton 180.
He's left a bogey, but I forgive him this one because he's at a max to leave it.
Yeah, and he's streets ahead, so he's got 6 darts from there. Where's he going to go? What's he going to leave himself? Is he having a bit of a think before this last dart? This seems to be the time. He thought all that time and hit a big 20.
Tried to do some ferret counting.
But he's going to have... Oh, no, that's a good last start from Rock, leaving the 110. Puts a little bit of pressure on, but 2 doubles at double 4. Straight in. Johnny Clayton. Another holder throw. And they are both halfway there. First to 8, folks, don't forget, in the final of the Euro Tour events, best of 15. So the first person to get 8 legs wins. Both players now halfway to the finish line.
And to be fair, that's probably the most drama-free holder throw we've had. Don't get me wrong, it still wasn't completely... It wasn't completely free, but it was...
Now, every leg, virtually every leg in this match has been contested, hasn't it? Like, every single leg's been up for grabs. There's no one's just sort of gone and taken a leg on their own throw or otherwise.
No. Neither one's just grabbed this game by the scruff of its neck at the moment. Just feel that if one of them can go 15, 12, 15 or something in those regions, and they can just string something along those lines together. But now there's a chance here for Johnny. Big chance for Johnny.
Yeah, because that's not going. But big visit from Rock leaves it handy.
Ooh.
Eh?
He's obviously gone in the corner of double 4 where he's going for double 18.
Now, this is an opportunity for Rock now. Well, to hold his throw, but to go with it, and he takes it.
But again, a hold of throw was full of drama.
Yeah, every single leg is being, and it's action packed. Like, every single leg is being contested. Every single leg. But this game isn't going the way that either of these players want it to at the minute. Neither of them having their own way. Whoever comes through this is going to have earned it because it's real scrappy.
Yeah.
Because it's 41 from Clayton.
That's a mistake.
It is when your opponent comes and bangs a treble 20 in afterwards. 2 treble 20s in afterwards.
I go back to moments in this game. Clayton missed 4 darts. Josh Rock takes that 1-4-2. He then missed 2 darts to break there. And now his throw is absolutely under the cosh. Clayton has had the opportunities in big moments and not taken them. And again, look, Josh Rock may get away with this in terms of there, but when your opponent's not on a finish, you shouldn't be leaving yourself on a tricky double 9.
No, there's no need for it, is there?
Because he's got away with it and pinned it, but that could have gone south very quickly. Because if you come inside on double,
that's happened messy throughout this game, though, hasn't it? That's what's happened all the way through this game. Is misses like that something's gone into the wrong segment, and then it's been another scrappy leg. But now 6-4 with a break up his sleeve. Josh Rock with a big opening visit on throw. Clayton can't find a treble. This match looks just to be slipping away, but then Josh Rock fought a visit of 43. Just every time you think one of them is going to put, he's just going to kick on and get away, we get a visit of a 43 or a 41. We keep seeing them. Keep seeing them. Visit of 56 from Rock.
Clayton's lost his scoring boot.
Yeah, Clayton still hasn't hit a treble in 3 visits.
No, and
9 darts without a treble.
His average has plummeted by some 9 points here from where it was, and that's purely on the scoring phase.
Josh Rock is getting away with hitting 1 treble per visit and still being well in front. Like, he's getting away with that because Clayton's now had 4 visits without a treble.
Yeah, look, Josh Rock is going to go within one here.
Oh, Johnny.
The thing is, you look at games, and most times there's a little spurt from one player that takes it away, like a moment of brilliance. But this is the other way. This is being won by punishing mistakes and just being a little bit better than your opponent when they're off.
Just being there, isn't it? Just hanging around in legs for when someone else... And then he hits a 180. He's 5 visits without a treble. And, like, too little, too late. Like, he has... Mind you...
Oh, my.
I tell you what. If he takes his 85 out, then...
I was going to say, if Josh Rock had lost that leg, I'm not sure there's a way, because that would have mentally killed him.
It's not over yet. Not on my stream, anyway. There you go.
Yeah, if he'd have lost that leg, that would have mentally killed him.
He just visit after visit after visit without trouble, then bangs a 180 and gets a dart. But you can see it shows how the level of both players is a mile off. That you can have, 5 treble-less visits and then one max gets you a dart at the leg, because neither of them are at it at the minute. But Josh Rock miraculously finds himself one leg away somehow. And that 134 edges him a little bit closer. Clayton just managing to fend him off though, but this is on throw and there is no margin for error now for Johnny Clayton.
Yeah, no, he's got to win 4 on the spin, including 2 breaks of throw. Is it doable? Yes, but unlikely. At some point over the next couple of legs, you expect Josh Rock to carve an opportunity out.
Yeah, it's not the form we've seen from him in this match so far, Johnny Clayton. Josh Rock's going to get a go for the match at 120. This will be a lovely way to finish it. Go on. Shanghai. Oh, he's missed inside on the Shanghai for the match. But now there's big pressure on this 64 for Johnny Clayton. What looked at one point to be a comfortable hold of throw.
And he's missed again. Opportunity not lost.
3 match starts incoming for Josh Rock.
There it is.
Double 5 gets the job done. Josh Rock is the Dutch starch master.
It is Rocky who comes out on top.
It's a big win, that.
Big win for Josh Rock.
Could let
the stream catch up.
Dead centre. Clean as a whistle.
He's also getting fined for lobbing his dart. You just won 30 grand. However, we'll take a little bit off on a fine.
He looks very emotional. He looks like he's wow. That's a big outpour that of I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
100%.
But he really wanted that, and he really that means a lot to him. You can it's very apparent.
Yeah, massively. 100%.
Takes him up into the top 18 in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that again today, Dan. Spending the last few hours with you on the Euro Tour.
Yeah, I do quite like. I mean, it's bank holiday. We're off tomorrow. It's kept me off the sauce as well. Like a dry bank holiday in the Simpson house. What?
Good stuff.
Unheard of.
Everyone, before we let you go, plenty of interviews over on our YouTube channel. So if you could go over there and give us some support, we would massively appreciate that. If you haven't yet, make sure you drop us a like and subscribe here at Online Darts. Again, plenty going on this week. The boys are covering the live lounge this week. Dan Simpson, Jack Garwood, and Jonathan Eaton returns this week to host as well. Well, I am flying, but plenty of coverage from New York, including a live lounge live. But I've been Phil Bars, Dan Simpson. We have been Online Darts. Thank you very, very much for your support as always, and we'll see you all very, very soon.